July 21st, 2020, 8:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's right. We have another UFC breakdown coming your way. And I brought a couple people with me, a couple hitters. That's right. We brought the Odd Squad right down there below. Just Bleed. Rush. What's up, Bleed?
Not much. How we doing, boys? Let's get it.
Nice. That's right. Right up over there on the boom. We got Mr. Fat Fist himself, the fattest fist in the land. What up, Fisty?
What up, what up? Ready to break this card down with my boys here. You know me, I stay hooking, stay jabbing, on my feet, ready to move. And 15 fights in this card, unless, knock on wood, something gets canceled. But 15 fights as of now.
Hey, what are you doing again? Like up and down and circling and dodging?
You're getting there. You're getting there.
Nice. You see over to his, jump that too. You saw him yesterday. Y'all showed up and showed out for Clintus Maximus, Mr. Diehard MMA himself, the man around these parts. What's up, Clintus?
What is up, my boys? I am just happy to be back. Tuesdays as normal here on Odds HQ. Can't wait to break down some more fights. Let's go.
That's right. Appreciate you, Clintus. And below him, he might be the young buck on the card, but he'll put that ass in a Peruvian necktie. That's right. We got MMA prediction guru. What's up, guru?
What's up? Yeah, man, ready to get into it. Let's go.
Nice. So, guys, we're not going to mess around on this one. We got approximately 723 fights to break down. I know me personally, I'm not done with my tape study. I know some other guys, we got a lot of tape study to do. So we have multiple shows later on in the week. So what we don't touch on tonight, we will touch on later in the week. Before we dig into it, we have to make time, boys. We got to make time to do two things real quick. One thing, odds.com, because this right here isn't happening without odds.com. And the home is Odds HQ on YouTube for all MMA content. That's right, boys. We are ranking like 1, 2, 3 in Google search, boys.
Unreal.
Like, you type in UFC predictions, Odds HQ pops up. Last night, if you Googled UFC predictions, show up and show out, Clintus. Number 1 in the Google search.
Woo, let's go, baby.
We got to see his beautiful face there, number 1 for over an hour and a half.
Woo, rocking the podcast.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Ben Raphael's kid. Woo.
So, guys, we're going to try to do the same thing tonight, and that's all thanks to you out there. Odd Squad, Nikki, why don't you run through that list like that guy from the early 90s?
Oof, I'm going to do my best here. We got Nolan Canna, Betting King MMA, Henry L., Asher D., we got Nathaniel, we got Johnny Picks, Travis, Sebastian, Talks MMA up in the building. Thank you, brother. Savage, Louie, Duncan, winning MMA picks. We got Mr. Travis D up in here again. Savage, Louie. Dry spicy. I like that. Dry spicy shredded squid. I'm giving that name. That's awesome.
That's a tongue twister.
Right? It's a tongue twister. Just my 2 cents. Another great name. Everybody's here. I mean, I appreciate everybody. So Caleb, Timothy Topher, everybody. Tom Chambers, Carlos, Captain Marvel.
You're never going to catch up, Nick. That number, that live viewing number's going up already.
Larry Dallas, everybody.
Guys. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us. If you could, how YouTube knows that you enjoy the type of content we do here is you make sure you smash that thumbs up button. That lets the Google analytics know that, hey, let's start pumping these guys up. And that's all, y'all. So we appreciate y'all. If we give you any hitters, you pay us by that thumbs up. And that's on any type of channel, any type of video you see on here. Spam those likes. All right, boys, you ready to break down this card?
Let's roll.
All right. Fight number 1, Uno. Nathaniel Wood coming in 16-4 versus Sexy Mexi himself, John Castaneda. Let's see. Hey, Nikki, draw me some odds on this fight, brother.
Yep. Right now, you got best case scenario minus 450. Come back at a plus 401 for John Castaneda. Big sexy. Was it Sexy Mexi? Big sexy?
Yeah, big sexy Mexi. What? Hey, tomato. We'll let the man that's big swinging right now. Started off Clintus. Why don't you pop this one off for us, brother?
Hey, man, I appreciate the setup. It's like in volleyball. You serve it up. I'm supposed to spike it. There's not much to hit here, man. There's not much to hit here. Wood wins this fight. He's a massive, overwhelming favorite right now. Sexy Mexi is being brought in here to make Nathaniel Wood look good coming off of a loss to Dodson. I mean, this is one that I'm having a hard time with. I didn't spend a whole lot of time looking into it. It's going to kick the night off with that fireball and popcorn, baby. I'm not doing much on this one myself.
Very nice. Guru, what you thinking about it, my man?
Yeah, I mean, I got to agree with Clint for sure. I do think, like, Castaneda, he is like 17-4. He's not the worst opponent in the world. I mean, he has some decent striking, some decent grappling, but I think he's aggressive and he's going to, want to put on a show. I think that he tried to get a catch weight for this fight, so I don't think he's going to have great cardio. So he's probably going to go hard in the first round, and I think Wood will probably take him out in the first round. But, yeah, the line is way too wide, though, in my opinion.
Nice, Niggy.
I'm sorry, guys, but I agree. There's no way I'm going with Castaneda. Come on now. He's got 2 knockouts in his career, and you would say, the only chance he's got is a puncher's chance. So there's not much of a edge there. I mean, other than the tree chunks for legs that he's got, I mean, Wood's better everywhere. I mean, the competition he's faced everywhere. I mean, Quinones, Andre Ewell, our boy Andre Ewell. I mean, in his last 10 fights, not one of them have went the distance, win or lose. So I'm on Wood here, and I think the odds right now are you can't even parlay it really. I mean, unless it drops a little bit low. Yeah, maybe if it drops in the 390-ish, you could parlay it, but I don't see any chance for. I'll give Castaneda a 5% chance to win this fight.
He said 5%. Bleed said Bleed, what you think about this, brother?
Hey, man, it is what it is. I mean, these guys have pretty much covered it. Nathaniel Wood, I'm all over him in this spot as a pick, but, those numbers, we can't work with those numbers, boys. That's just too much. I mean, if you're feeling really good, like you got to have some Nathaniel Wood action, throw him in there's the first leg of your parlay. It's kind of fun. He's first fight of the night, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want either side of the I don't know if Castaneda's UFC talent yet. I need to see him get in there with some guys. Nathaniel Wood looked pretty good in the loss to John Dodson, but like I said, man, I'm not going to have any action on this one at all.
Hey, what are you guys thinking about inside the distance? You think he gets him out of there?
Guru does.
Probably. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it will go 3 rounds.
You're getting -1.
Yeah, I'd back that up. You could get -115 on him inside the distance. That doesn't sound too bad.
Right? That might be a little early bet if you guys are looking to I might even take a couple shackles and throw it at that for some early action. Might not be a bad look at all. He might get him out of there in the first round. But yeah, other than that, it's Wood or pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. I think Wood's gonna win. I think, as our friend Mr. Fat Fist called him, Big Sexy Mexi. he has a wrestling base. He's gonna come out. He's gonna bounce around. He's gonna pop in with a 1-2 pop, throw a couple leg kicks. I just think Wood's gonna be in his face, stop those takedowns. Wood has real nice 1-2s. I think he's gonna 1-2 that ass to death. Volume. Probably hurt him at some point. Not the best cardio. He calls himself Big Sexy Mexi, but I mean he's not bodied up. He looks pretty soft. So yeah, no, I'll probably see some kind of late finish, hopefully something like that. So all right, boys. 1 down, 74 to go. Fight number 2, Ramazan Emeev versus Nicolas Stolze. And I say Stolze because I watched tape and I heard them British folk, them our neighbors across the pond, they said Stolze. So I like to be proper, boys. Niklas Stolze. We got Emeev coming in 18-4. Stolze coming in 12-3. Nicholas, you got some odds on this, sir?
Yes, I got Nicolas Stolze coming in. Best case scenario, +380. And then we get the comeback here. And it looks like just about -380. But right around the -400 range is the average.
Nice. Guru, how about you pop this one off, sir?
Yeah, I mean, this is another one where I feel like Emeev is a pretty safe play here because, I mean, what I've seen from Stolze, I mean, he's athletic early on. Like, he has some good kicks, some decent striking, but his gas tank really isn't that good. And when he gets taken down, he does attack off his back early on with, like, leg locks. He has some decent, attacks off of his back. And when he can get on top, he's dangerous. But I don't know, man. I just think that Ramazan's going to walk him down like he always does, smother him against the cage, beat him up, and he might even be able to get a late finish or, win a decision like he usually does. But I think Emeev will definitely win.
Nice. What you think about this, Mr. Bleed?
Yeah, man, Guru's dead on yet again. I watched Stolze. At first, I was like, wow, this guy's coming out hot. That is some really crisp striking. I'm like, whoa, we might have something here, boys. I like what I'm seeing. Well, that all went out the window about 2 minutes into the second round. Totally different fighter. Doesn't quite have the gas tank. You look at this guy's record. Ugh. He's taken some bad L's, and it really wasn't too long ago. I feel like he's got the skills, but, this guy's going to fade. I don't know. I'll tell you what I do know, though. Emeev, I like this guy a lot. He's a straight killer. Another super steamed favorite. But I'll be honest, man. I think this guy's really going to win. I like him. Maybe you have him as, a leg of a parlay.
Yeah. I mean, Stolze, I don't think much of this guy at all. I mean, as you guys are saying, he's a bit of a brawler. He got some really heavy leg kicks. But those leg kicks, and this is where it went out the window for me too, Bleed, are against guys that are absolute cans. The guys he's facing are not UFC caliber. Emeev is, as we all know. He's got a really good, jab. He likes to throw from the hip, and sometimes he follows up with like a blitz attack type thing. I like Emeev here. Right now, the odds are a bit steep. Another one, maybe you just tie Wood and Emeev together in a parlay. You know what I mean? I don't know what to do with it other than that. We'll discuss prop bets here after you guys are done. I'm going to take a look at a couple right now.
Yo, Clintus, what is your opinion, sir? Oh. Clint,
some internet issues there, boys. Can you hear me?
Oh, there you go. Yep, you're good.
Loud and clear, sir. Clintus, what is your opinion on this fight, sir?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, my
so Clintus cannot hear us. It's all good. I'll go ahead and jump on Clintus.
Yo.
There we go.
There
we go.
There's that man. He just likes to leave and come back. He just likes that attention. That's what it is.
Mo, don't lie. You just wanted to be in the middle. You just wanted to be the center of the attention here.
You, and I was. That's right. I was. Hey, what is that called? Miming.
One of the two. What do you think here, Clint?
I'm from Arkansas. I don't know what this is called. Clint, what you think about this fight, sir?
Yeah, man, again, the boys said it all. I promise you, everybody, we're not just going to agree with each other the entire night here. These first couple fights are a little bit rough, some massive favorites, and Stolze just simply hasn't fought anybody, and he hasn't looked spectacular against the competition that he's fought. That's a very low level of competition, so not hyped on him. Ramazan Emeev does the damn thing. I mean, I'm steering completely clear of this one. I think it's too much to pay for Emeev, but at the same time, not trusting Stolze. I'm just gonna chill out and do a couple shots for these first couple fights.
And our man likes those dogs, so that says a lot.
Hey, if he's fapping on this one, this is a fapper. Hey, I'll tell you right here, boys, where this one lost me. I know we all probably do around about the same stuff. Hit Tapology, check the level of competition, check the records, and then when your boy came across the 12-12. Didn't have nothing else to really look at that much, and then you duck the tape. You do watch when he gets taken down. He does like to attack off his back. So this kind, I just see him gassing out later on in the fight and losing. Mr. Emeev taking over. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's he just uses that jab, that nice stiff jab. My man Emeev does not check a leg kick to save his life.
Yeah,
but I don't think. He does not check a leg kick to save his life. I almost got his leg amputated in one of the fights I watched. It was against Rocco. Almost made him amputate that leg. But I don't think that's going to be an issue here. I'm all over Emeev. Let's check. How are we going to make some moolah on this one, boys?
I mean, the over 2.5 is at minus 270. So, I mean, the only thing you can jump around, mess around with is the under at plus 230. I don't really like that. I feel like Emeev's his volume is just way too low. And like you said about those kicks, I mean, one of my biggest notes is that he's just so flat-footed, and it leaves his lead leg there to be kicked. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, you could get Emeev inside the distance at plus 325. I mean, that'd be my only look. I don't know what you guys are thinking. Any looks here on some props?
Guru, what you thinking? Is this a fapping, or you put a little moolah on this, or you got a certain path you see?
Nah, I mean, maybe you could like parlay Emeev straight if you really think he's one of your real confident picks. But besides that, I wouldn't do any props or anything.
They don't got me round props yet. So, but what were you gonna say? Go ahead.
No, I just was shooting it over to Bleed to see if he had an opinion on it.
I feel just like Guru, man. It's one of those, you either go Emeev straight in a parlay, maybe you come up with find somebody else you feel really confident about further down in the card, or like Nick even said, if you're really confident in Wood early on, you could get a 1-2 first fight of the night, first 2 fights of the night parlay cashing, if you're really taking that risk, you know what I'm saying? We're only 2 fights into the card and you're already cashing a parlay. Woo. That's kind of fun. But, do your thing. I feel like Emeev's slightly overvalued, but I am confident he's going to win this fight.
Very nice. Hey, and I know Clintus, if I shoot it at Clintus and I go, yo, Clint, hey, what you think about that over 2.5? He's going to go, Mo. I got my own damn show on Thursday. And it's called Totals. What time is that going to come out, Clint?
Total Madness, baby. The totals are already out this week, so if I can get it done, we might be dropping it tomorrow, but more likely it's going to be out on Thursday as always, and I break down the over and unders for the entire card, and I don't mind giving a couple looks here and there. Obviously not going to give away the entire show, but this one seems like a dead over to me, guys. I mean, Stolze is so damn durable, and Emeev isn't really a finisher. At least he hasn't been in his last couple fights at the UFC level, so yeah, the only way that you could look on this one would be like Emeev by decision at minus 160, and I don't want to lay that kind of wood on it. Yeah.
I didn't even want to announce that.
Yeah.
Hey, so on that note, guys, we got 262 people in here. We thank each and every one of y'all for rocking with us on this Tuesday night. If you could, go on whatever social media platform you have, take this link, copy this link. Put you at a nice little, hey, I know you're creative. Just be creative with it. Let people know where you're at. Let people know where you come to cash your tickets, because you cashing a ticket this weekend if you rocking with us, especially on a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, because that's when we roll. So if y'all could do that, that would be awesome. That would help us out a lot. All right, fight number 3. This one right here is me and Nick talk about her all the time. This is his boo thing. I think, hey, he calls her my boo thing bitch. My boo thing bitch Correia versus Pannie Kianzad. Betch coming in 11-4-1 and Pannie 12-5. Nicholas, you got some odds on this, sir?
Yes, sir, I do. Best case scenario on Betch Correia is plus 133, but you're really going to get her around anywhere from plus 110 to plus 125. And then the comeback at minus 140 all the way up to like minus 150, 160.
Nice. Bleed, how about you pop this one off, sir?
Oh, man. I tell you what, boys. Hold on. Okay. Sorry, guys. I just had to get that out of my system, and I got to tell you guys why.
Hey, yeah, don't. My girlfriend's cute. Stop.
Hey. No, I'm not. We're not talking about that situation. Let me tell you guys why I'm gagging right now. Because here's what just happened, boys. I did my tape study. I put in the work. I came out of this matchup so confident in Pannie Kianzad that the guy who says you don't ever bet on women's MMA at the low level, mid-level, me, I have a bet right now locked in. Pannie Kianzad, okay? Woo! To handle this. She's got the grappling to handle this. Betch Correia, 37 years old, on her way out, was never at the level. Don't get me wrong. Has she won some fights that she probably shouldn't have? Absolutely, including her last fight against Sijara Eubanks as a big underdog cashed. I'm not buying it. Your boy Bleed's already got that money in on Kianzad, and that's a lot to say because you guys know I hate betting women's MMA.
Dude, let's just go ahead and rename your channel Just Bleed Women's MMA.
Oh, hey, listen.
Yeah, start calling you Mr. Women's MMA around here. Hey, what you lock Pannie in at, bro?
I got her at a -135. I feel like she's going to take steam all the way to Saturday.
I think you're right.
Clintus, what you think about this, sir?
I'm hanging out with my boy Just Bleed. I am a serial fader of Bethe Correia. Can't stand that chick. She doesn't have the skills to cut it. And like he said, she robbed me blind in her last fight. I had a parlay with Sijara Eubanks that went down in flames because of her, and I have no earthly idea how she won that fight. I locked in Pannie Kianzad at -135, so we beat that line move. She's already down to -150 at this point. They've got a similar skill set. We're getting the girl that's going to be almost 10 years younger in this spot, sharper, higher ceiling, more room to grow. I mean, outside of another robbery, I think she's just going to get it done on volume. I like Pannie Kianzad.
Yeah, honestly, I was trying to find a way onto Bethe, and then I just kept watching tape. The only thing that was keeping her on me for a little bit was her resume and who she's fought and whatnot. And then went back and watched the Jessica Rose Clark and the Pannie Kianzad fight, and that did it for me. I mean, Pannie, believe it or not, they've been fighting since 2012, 2013, both of them. Pannie's 28 years old and Bethe is 37. I didn't even realize that. So you got your third guy on Pannie Kianzad. So
shit,
we might just have
Jingster.
A circle, you know what? So let's go and let's cash that bet on Pannie Kianzad. I got -140 though.
Oh man, Guru! Hey, I have a juicy feeling Guru's about to take us off course, boys. He's about to take us to school. Hey, throw that Peruvian necktie on this, Guru. What you think about it?
Nah, man. Actually, to be honest, I bet on Pannie in all three of the UFC fights that I didn't bet on her versus Macy, but when she fought Julia Avila, when she fought Jessica Rose Clark, and I bet on her here at -130 because. Yeah, I agree. I just think she's the sharper boxer for sure. And I think, Bethe doesn't shoot takedowns at all. She has 3 takedowns. I mean, I don't think she's going to take Pannie to the ground. And, I mean, I honestly think that, Bethe could get, she's never gotten knocked out before, but I think that Pannie could, maybe touch her up and hurt her because Aldana was hurting her. And I think
Pannie – didn't Holly Holm or
but
someone put her lights out?
I think Pannie will probably win a, comfortable decision. I don't know. I don't think – Bethe, I mean, her right hand is pretty good, and she goes in and she brawls and stuff. But Pannie, I mean, she doesn't really move around. I think she's willing to take it. She's kind of like a durable kind of girl, and I think she'll go in there and brawl with Bethe and kind of just be cleaner and sharper and win.
Mm-hmm. And real quick, didn't Bethe get kicked in the head and then finished? Who was that? Was it
by Holly Holm? Yeah.
Okay, it was Holm. Okay, I was like, oh, I knew that happened.
Yeah, no, boys, I'll go ahead and complete the 100%. I'm on Pannie myself. Y'all said everything. Not anything else to be said. So let's just take Pannie straight up -130, huh, boys? There's no prop play. Let's just go ahead and take that shirt thing, huh, boys?
Well, you know what? What's the budget?
Already like -150 now or something already, but
yeah, that line's getting out of control.
140 to 160, a 20-cent in between. But let me see what by decision is. Because I can see that easily happen. +115, you are getting plus odds, which it's not a horrible look. But I mean, I got her at -140. You got it Bleed at -135, right?
Yep.
I'm not so sure as us right now to take the but for as a giving it out maybe at +115. Would you suggest that, or would you just still take a straight, Clint?
I mean, at this point, if it's going to get up to -160, -170, go ahead and take that by decision prop just to make sure you're not laying too much wood on it. I don't know that I necessarily see her finishing Bethe. Bethe has only been knocked out by Holly Holm, and that was by a wild head kick in the third round that nobody saw coming. And then Ronda Rousey, which there's no way Kianzad is putting that kind of a performance on. So I don't see the finish necessarily manifesting. I think you'd be safe to take that, but I prefer playing it straight just to make sure. Just don't lock that out just in case. But yeah, if the line gets out of control and that's the side you want, then go ahead and play that prop because I wouldn't suggest parlaying or either. Bethe is shitting my apple pie enough times already. I don't want anybody doing that.
Hey, 304 people watching. Appreciate every one of y'all. Flame in
Hey.
the house, Quincy Brown, Jack Simone, Tyler Sterling, UFC betting experience, MMA locker room, Mills up in here. Everybody, let's go.
Hey,
Dabbing on
you got to
them.
hit that
Dabbing on them.
37-year-old white man dabbing on him. Boom, boom,
Come on
boom.
now.
Hey, so I just got a message from Boss Lady just to let Odd Squad in the chat know right now you are currently sitting at rank number 3 in YouTube right now, and we are Google search rank number 2. So that's thanks to y'all. That's all you guys out there. So let's take that and let's keep spreading it. Also, if you could smash that thumbs up, that would be killer. And just real quick, because I know we're on it. We're just trying to just pow. But what we do here is all powered by odds.com. Right now, you're on Odds HQ. But if you're a true Odd Squad member, if you truly want to support what we do, go hit up odds.com. You got plenty of articles over there, all kinds of information. This, that, the third. You need a sports book, everything. And we got a man that's he's kind of a big deal on that stuff. Clint, can you tell somebody maybe a current article that you wrote, something that they need to go check out? So, because I know you're the big dog around here, brother. You're the big dog. Send your people over to odds.com so we can show them some love.
Yeah, man, I just wrote up my articles on the main and the co-main event. I'll be doing my underdog spotlight a little bit later in the week, so keep an eye out for those. And then, of course, I wrap up the week with a best bets article. You'll find those over on odds.com, and especially if you like things in a written format where you get all the stats and information there instead of just hearing me ramble my way through the fight, that's where you'll find it.
Very nice, very nice. I'm going to drop a link to his latest article. That's front page, wham, boom, bam, when you go to odds.com, because that's how Clint just does things. I'm going to drop that in the chat.
I have that app that reads it to me. So I know that defeats the purpose, but I just, my eyes, I'm getting old. So,
hey, man. Hey, that's what happens when we get old, bro. Let's hit up that next fight. It's in the chat. Go copy and paste that in your web browser. Go support Clintus Maximus. So next up on the fight card, we got a big boys. These big boys is rolling. Raphael Pessoa, 10-1 coming in, facing Tanner Boser, 18-6-1. Nikki, do you have some odds on this, sir?
Yes, I do. We got a plus 236 best case scenario, hovering right around though the plus 200, plus 215ish, plus 236. It's a wide from some of the books. But then it comes back at minus 235 to all the way to minus 260 for Tanner Boser. Some of these lines are getting a little bit out of hand. I don't know what you guys think, but what are you guys thinking on that?
Yo, boys, check my boy Stephen Flanagan out here. Set up a Twitter account just to be part of the Odds Squad.
Give this man a round of applause.
That's some love right there.
That's dope, dude.
Right there. Appreciate the love, Big Steven.
Yep.
Hey, you got an old school too sweet.
Shout
Trying to fit in.
Too sweet. Clintus, how about you pop this one off, sir?
Yeah, man, I know everyone's expecting me to roll on Boser. We cashed in real nicely with him his last time out, but this short turnaround concerns me. He is definitely the better fighter here. He is far more well-rounded. He's in better shape these days. I like Boser a lot. I like what he brings to the table. I expect he's probably going to leg kick Pessoa to death, but at the same time, this line is way too wide. He only got 3 days in on training, and I can't back a guy that's going to be jet-lagged flying home from Abu Dhabi training for 3 days after eating a bunch of pizzas, because he celebrated that victory, and then turning around to go straight back out to Fight Island after being in quarantine. I can't get behind it. I think Boser wins, but there's no way I can lay this price here. It would not shock me if the bigger man with the reach advantage and everything and Pessoa coming off a full fight camp was able to pull something off here.
Nice. Guru, what's your thoughts, brother?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think the line is too wide, but I wouldn't bet on Pessoa either. I kind of like both guys, though. I think Pessoa, I mean, he's a bigger guy, but he has good movement. I mean, he moves around well, throws a lot of spinning stuff, and good low kicks himself, good kicks overall, and he's willing to just go in there and brawl, like trade punches and, make it a 50-50 thing, and he's pretty fast, has good power, knocks a lot of guys out, so he's dangerous. And also, I mean, he has a black belt on the ground, which,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't, when he fought Ciryl Gane, I don't know if he got hurt or he was really tired, but didn't look very good on the ground in that fight. He got submitted, but I mean,
Triangle choke, right?
he is a black belt. I mean, or I know he is. I'm not trying to like disparage him at all, but I'm just saying, hasn't really shown that. Maybe in this fight he'll try to get takedowns and, you know, show off his ground game or something. But I mean, I think Boser is just probably a little bit better with the hands. His last fight, I mean, that combination was really nasty. He's really fast, good low kicks, and I think he's just going to throw more volume and probably want it more than Pessoa. But I mean, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be, you know, mad at anyone taking the shot on Pessoa, and I definitely wouldn't bet on Tanner Boser. So, but
Well, and one of the main reasons we back Boser is his gas tank, right? You think he's going to have that in his back pocket for this one? That's a huge question for me.
I think so. I mean, I know you're talking about the you know, short turnaround, but it's not like I don't even think he got
a
hit
heavyweight,
much at
no
all
weight
in that
cut,
fight
right?
versus Lids, and he doesn't cut weight or anything. So besides the travel, I don't know if it's going to be. Maybe it will affect him, but I don't know.
Okay.
You know, like you were saying, what does Boser do best? It's those lower leg kicks. And what does Pessoa do? He literally leaves his front leg out there to be kicked apart. I mean, in his last fight, Pessoa looked like he ate his coach, literally. And on the COVID training, he's a big boy. And on COVID training camp, I don't see him looking any better than he did last time around. Like we were just talking about, the line is 60 to 80 cents too wide, in my opinion. It should be a little bit closer, obviously. I still think Tanner Boser gets it done. I still think he's going to be in good shape from his previous fight camp. Like I just touched on, he's not going to have to cut weight. He didn't have to cut weight before. He walks around how he walks around. But he did have to fly back. He did end up making that flight back. He didn't stay in Abu Dhabi, guys.
Well, he wasn't. He was in Las
Oh, he's in
Vegas.
Vegas. You're right. He was in Vegas.
Yeah, he
right?
flew all the way back to Vegas. He quarantined, and then he got 3 days in with his home training partners. Now he's headed on a plane right back out there. So,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, man, that scares me.
Yeah. I mean, he's got to fly twice, but I still think he'll be in the better physical shape than Pessoa. Pessoa doesn't look like he's in much of shape at all. So, but hey, if you're taking a shot on Pessoa at those odds, I don't blame you whatsoever.
All right, so what you think about a bleed?
Yeah, man, great points by the squad. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tanner Boser, man, this guy, they opened him up as a heavy favorite, and he's, you know, taking even more action. A lot of recency bias there. Like, is this guy as good as the numbers imply? Probably not, man. This is a far closer fight than these odds want to imply. And honestly, if you're playing value, you're kind of Pessoa all day in this spot. But the thing is, man, you know, Clint brought up some really great points recently. He's been hammering on the fact that activity, output is winning these fights. Now, don't get me wrong. We're talking about heavyweights. Either guy can take each other out. But if this thing goes to the scorecards, I mean, it's got to be Boser all day. He's going to be dancing around this guy. We brought up the leg kicks. Nick, you brought up the point that Pessoa, I literally can't think of a guy who's planting heavier and got that leg more out there than Pessoa, for real. Going up against possibly the most leg kicking centric guy we have at heavyweight, you know, like that's a big problem. So don't get me wrong. Is there a chance Tanner Boser throws a naked leg kick and Pessoa just launches a bomb down the middle and knocks him out? Boser's been knocked out in 6 seconds before. I mean, he's been finished. Could Pessoa land it? Yeah, I think he really could. And I think Pessoa's getting a little bit disrespected here, but I'm going to end up having to take Boser here. But, you know, I'm not laughing at anybody willing to take that shot on Pessoa.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you guys.
Would you take my knockout, guys? Would it be? Oh, Mo, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, it's all good, man. Pessoa, he likes to fight at range for a big dude. You see him, dude looks like, you know, he's definitely rubbing his belly. He's got lint in his belly button. He is sloppy, boys. But he looks like he has a decent taekwondo background. He real light on his feet. A couple things that he does that I don't really like, even though they do land, a lot of spinning kicks. My man does a lot of spinning attacks. And to be 265 pounds, and if you notice, you watch his fight, my man slows down a lot in the third. So it's like his fight IQ is just not just super on point, or he would be like, hey, 1 + 1 = 2. This is why I'm gassing in the third. But as far as like the first round, he's going to come in. He's going to throw like some blitz attacks. He could very much win round one. I think after round 1 where he's starting to get tired, Boser's just going to be warming up, spamming leg kicks, hitting angles, overhands, and just work his way to a decision. So I'm going to probably go Boser by decision. But Pessoa, I mean, he is super live because his output in the first round is a lot. He's doing a lot of blitz and a lot of pop, but he's jumping back out. So I wouldn't be mad at you if you play the value here as well. And what were you about to say, Nikki?
It's like they're teasing us, Mo, like with this Boser wins by decision. I put in that plus 105. You know what I mean? Barely giving us plus, you know what I mean? I need more than that in a heavyweight fight. You know what I mean? To take, I mean, Boser.
Hey, Boser's got multiple leg kick TKOs. If you boys are thinking Pessoa's a little too heavy on that front leg, he slows down in round 3. Boser by knockouts plus 245.
Now, I know we all do tape study. I don't remember which fight it was. It was one of the ones that he was in the UFC. I don't remember if it was Surreal or the other guy that he fought, but he checked the leg kick hard. Like Pessoa did. He checked the leg kick. It hurt dude's leg. And he noticed it. Like he looked like, oh, I just hurt your leg. So you got, so my man can check some leg kicks. So, but Boser's a beast with those leg kicks, man. And it's more of a calf kick he throws.
He's heavyweight Jose Aldo.
Oh, yeah. He's throwing a lot and he's spamming.
And it's right above the ankle, right below the calf, where there's no meat. You know what I mean?
So is this a dog or pass situation for you boys? What you thinking on this?
You know what's funny is fight not to go decision. You get both guys. You're getting plus 115. But again, this could go the distance. We could see two guys kind of start to gas out towards the end of the round and a half, and then it just ends up being, you know what I mean, a flop fest. So I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, boys, I think this is a fapper for me. And I see what you're thinking. I'm just shaking up the fireball, you know. So.
Hey, bro, what are you? Hey, I know you're new to the show, bro, but you do know that means fireball and popcorn, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I was shaking up the bottle.
There you go. Yeah, it gets cold in the bottle.
Guys, Clint be shaking up that bottle a lot on fight night. Hey, I'm loving those reactions.
Every fight night, baby.
Bro.
Oh, when I need to, by the way, we'll talk about that in a little bit, but I need to get a Fappin shirt. I need it sent to my house. I need to pay for it. You let me know when and where I need to get that sent to my house.
I'm glad people enjoy them. Those are legitimate reactions. My ass is not acting.
Yep, right. Oh, I love those. Those are the best.
There you go, boys.
All right.
All right, yeah, boys. Let's hit up this next one. We got a doozy. We got Movsar, Evloev, tomato coming in 12-0 versus Mike Grundy 12-1. Nikki, drop me some odds on this, please, sir.
Sir, yes, sir. We got a minus 185 best case scenario, comeback at plus 172 best case scenario, but it's really hovering around the plus 160 range and really hovering around the minus 200 range for Movsar.
Very nice. Guru, how about you pop this one off, please, sir?
Yeah, this is a good fight, interesting fight. You know, two guys that are more grappling centric, but they're both growing on the feet. I mean, Movsar in his last fight, he threw a lot more volume. He was throwing, more straight punches, and he actually, has some decent power, it looks like, and he comes forward. He's willing to get hit. So he's someone that's not afraid to strike. He's training over there at Tiger Muay Thai with, the beasts over there, and they've been doing really well at, during this pandemic. We just saw Featherweight last week go in there and dominate Mark Jacasey. That's the striking coach over there at Tiger Muay Thai. And, I think that obviously Movsar, he's more of like a Greco-Roman guy where he shoots in on the leg sometimes, but he likes to get takedowns, upper body against the cage, mat return, you just grind on you. And Grundy, he's like a freestyle wrestler. So he shoots in on the legs. And that's going to be interesting because I did see, Barzola pick up and slam Evloev in the second round. He had some good ground and pound, but Evloev, I mean, he looks pretty good off of his back. I don't think he's going to be easy to control. And I think he's going to throw more volume, and I think he has like a better grappling game for MMA than Grundy. The only thing I'm worried about is Grundy is a big guy. He's going to be a lot bigger than Movsar, and he hits pretty hard with both hands. I mean, we saw that left hook in his last fight. I've seen him drop guys with the straight right hand. So Movsar has to be a little bit careful, but I think Movsar is going to win a decision here.
Ooh, nice. How about he goes slide right over, boom, bleed. What you think about it, sir?
Yeah, man. I like both these guys a lot, man. This is one of those matchups where you're like, man.
Yeah, this is one of them ones like, damn, Dana.
Exactly. It's one
Put
of those
me in this bad situation.
Yeah, it's that matchup where you're like, gosh, I would have took either one of these guys if they almost would have fought anybody but each other. Like, but it is what it is, man. And we're talking about a guy with 1 L in Grundy versus an outright undefeated dude in Movsar. Like, damn, we got some serious prospects here. You know what I mean? So here's the deal, though, man. I've watched the tape. This is going to be an interesting fight. This is going to be a close fight. I feel like we're only a few fights in, and I feel like I'm just repeating myself here. Another fight that we probably got a little too much steam on the favorite. You know what I mean? But, man, I really do like Movsar quite a bit. You know, this guy's been a training partner with Petr Yan at Tiger Muay Thai, a guy that I see in the chat. Someone says now at ATT. Like, wow, he's getting it in, and this guy's really good. Undefeated dude. You look at the body of work he's put together even before getting to the UFC. He's fought a pretty decent level of talent with pretty solid records, honestly. Not a lot of bums in that backlog. I'm going to take Movsar here, but this is a dangerous one, man. I see a lot of people taking, going opposite me on this one, but I'm going to take Movsar. I don't feel comfortable betting him in any way, though. I feel like Grundy's just too dangerous, man. I could really see the dog winning on this one. I'm going to leave it up to the people to make their choice on this one. I'm going to officially pick Movsar, but I just can't find myself pulling the trigger on anything yet. I feel like there are some things that, like Guru mentioned, Barzola kind of brought to light that Grundy could definitely exploit.
Well, I've been known to say it loudly. English fighters, for the most part, lack, that good, that wrestling base. Grundy is 100% an exception, though. As we all know, he's got heavy hands also. He's got a great lightning fast 1-2, as I think Guru was just mentioning. And I think Movsar needs to improve on the feet a little bit. He's basically just a 1-2 type guy, not much volume. So I think what separates this fight is the striking. I think the wrestling and the grappling department, it's going to negate each other, and then it's going to obviously come down to the striking and gas tanks. So I like Grundy here. This is my first dog of the night, Mike Grundy. And I'm going to lock that bad boy in right when I get off the show.
Oh, lock it in, he said. He used that dirty word, boys. That lock. Hey, so
no, lock it in. It's not lock.
Boys, lock of the night. That's what he said.
Don't be saying that.
He said, padlock that bitch. Hey, Clint, so before you dig into this, can you please tell us, why do you force feed your father-in-law shots of Fireball? Why do you force that upon him, Clint?
I gotta tell you, Mo, the man sitting before you today was made by my father-in-law. He taught me how to drink. He taught me how to gamble. I was a good Christian boy before I married my wife and met my father-in-law. So he's the one to blame. You have him to thank for the Fireball and the Die Hard MMA podcast as a whole.
Cheers to your father-in-law.
Like one heck of a guy.
He's a good man.
You, Mr. Die Hard MMA podcast and father-in-law. Clinton, break it down, sir.
Hey, I got in early on this one. I beat that line move. I'll be straight with you guys and keep this short. This is going to be a split decision. And if this thing is that close, if we've got this close, tight matchup, two guys that match each other physically and in their skill sets, you flip that coin with that extra money. I got plus 185 on Grundy in my pocket. I actually think that Movsar Evloev has a better grappling game for MMA. But in this particular case, I don't know that matters because he's facing a guy that I think is physically stronger than him and has a more solid, pure wrestling base. I think that he might pull a page out of what my boy Brett Johns did last weekend and probably control him up against the fence. When Grundy gets that body lock, you're not going anywhere. He doesn't need to get the takedown, and he scores from that position. He hits with knees. He roughs you up against the cage. I think this is going to be a tight fight, and I also think if it turns into a striking match, Grundy's got the heavier hands. I think he's going to hit harder, and I don't think Evloev has the output to make a big enough difference. I always talk about the judges here over in Abu Dhabi favoring that volume. I don't know if he does enough to get that volume favored towards him in this particular fight. I just think it's too damn close, man. I'm on Grundy.
Let's go.
Very
Clint.
nice.
Clint
Hey,
picked the
Jack
thumbs up.
Attack JT MMA says nobody can handle Great British Wrestling. Said by Boston Nick. Hey, are you a fan of Great British Wrestling, Nick? Are you a
English
turncoat?
black- listen,
Are you a
English black
turncoat,
cat,
Nick?
Base
You see,
wrestling.
you see his flag behind me, boy?
Listen, it's the truth though. But that being said, Bisbing was an exception. He had good wrestling defense. He wasn't a great wrestler, but he had good wrestling defense. But other than that, I mean, you can't name many.
I thought you were fucking American, Nick.
Ha.
Next up, we got a banger, boys. We got Jake Collier coming in 11-4, moving up to heavyweight to face Darren Till's homie, his compadre, Tom Aspinall, coming in at a 7-2 record. Nigga, drop me some odds, please, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, right now we got Jake Collier coming in at plus 196, best case scenario, all the way down to plus 165. And then you got best case at minus 200, all the way up to, looks like plus 245.
Ooh, very nice, very nice. Bleed, how about you pop this one off, sir?
Yeah, man. So let me tell you guys something. We got a serious banger here. I mean, this is going to be something, okay? Both these guys come out big dudes, throwing big power. Somebody's getting sparked out in this one. I'm going to be shocked. Nick, can you hit us with the prop on fight does not go the distance on this one?
Yeah, right now fight doesn't go to decision is minus 195.
Okay, that makes sense because I just don't see it, man. Aspinall, this guy knocking dudes out left and right. Jake Collier, I mean, one thing we got to talk about is this guy's been out for a long time, and I think he's actually moving up a division. I think this dude has been out for 3 years. One thing I noticed in my research of this card, we have a lot of people who have been out 2.5 to 3 years. It's making me very suspicious in certain ways, if you guys know what I mean. The amount of people
Collier, he's coming off a USADA suspension.
and there you go. Hey, listen, I wasn't going to throw that much shade, Guru, but you went and did it for me. You know,
Hey, call him Shade Tree Guru.
it's very strange to me how many guys have been sitting out for 2 or 3 years, and they're raising their hand, getting on that fight island, baby. I'm hearing some things, and it sounds like it's time for me to get right back in the game. You know what I'm saying? So Collier is a crazy dude. This guy will throw like big-time power spinning back kicks. Even actually won a fight off one. That's crazy for a dude this big to be throwing maneuvers like that and finishing fights with it. And don't get me wrong, we will be seeing a few of those spinning back kicks in this fight, unless my man got a little too big. You know what I mean? But I'm expecting to see him. But I'm probably going to go Aspinall on this one. I do feel like it's dangerous, though. Either one of these guys can finish this fight. Aspinall, the training partner, Darren Till, very crisp striking. I like it a lot. I'm going to pick Aspinall. I'm not really sure what I'm doing with this one yet. Might be a good one for some props, but I don't know. Little too much danger on both sides for me to make a play on this one just yet.
Clint, did I see you making the dollar signs before this? You got a juicy take
I was
on
just
this one,
nodding.
sir?
Nodding my head there, man. I was just agreeing with my boy, Just Bleed. I got the goods, though, on this USADA suspension situation. Apparently, Collier was coming off of a surgery and went to, like, his local GNC and got a bad supplement. At least that's his story. So, don't know how truthful he is, but, you know, it seems like he had a bad stab at it. So, he might not be a outright PED user in this situation. I was damn close to taking the shot on Collier here. Aspinall does not do it for me. He's got some big power, but he overextends on everything. Somebody is going to make him pay for that very, very soon now that he's in the UFC. And he doesn't really defend takedowns. He's just got that beefy, get the F off me type of stand-up game. So somebody with a sneaky submission game is going to make him pay for that too. But I don't know if this is the spot. Collier's coming up a weight class, like Just Bleed said, and he spins way too much. I know we talked about the spinning already, but he goes to the well. You know, my boy Paul Craig, we're going to talk about him later on the card. He got his ass knocked out because he spun one too many times, and I think that's kind of where Collier is sitting here too. So I think this fight gets ended. I'm not sure if it happens in the first round, but somebody's getting knocked out, and I'm just not sure who. This is a fat fight for me, boys. I'm passing. Fireball.
Fireball!
I mean, Collier, like we just were talking about, hasn't fought in almost 3 years. We just saw how that went with Mr. Duffy last week. and he was off less of a layoff than Joe Duffy was. He's traded wins and losses as I was looking at his, and he's coming off a win. So he's trading wins and losses as that trend goes. He's supposed to lose that, this fight coming up here, but obviously you can't bet your money on that. I do like Aspinall here. I saw some footage on him. But the only thing is his opposition hasn't been like the best. Or I get guys against like 3-7, 12-5, 6-2, 2-0, and then one of them was 0-0. So I mean, Aspinall, he packs some power. That's what I like, and I think I might bet Aspinall here, but as of now, it's just a lean towards Aspinall.
All right, Guru, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm actually going to go with Tom Aspinall. I bet him. I bet only 1.5 units at -110 for him to win inside the distance because I feel like, I don't know. I mean, I think that Collier, like you guys said, he's the guy that likes to go to war, and this is his first fight up at heavyweight. We've seen these guys come up to heavyweight, and the power just doesn't really translate as much. I think Aspinall, is actually more athletic than Collier as well. I mean, he has decent footwork, decent movement. And, I mean, he is a black belt on the ground. Like, he has pretty good jiu-jitsu as well. He's actually the coach, the jiu-jitsu coach for those guys over there like Grundy and Darren Till and all that. And, I mean, I think he's better than Collier everywhere. But the only thing is just like you guys said, he's inexperienced. He does overextend a little bit. But Collier, he used to fight at 185. He's coming all the way up to heavyweight. I don't know how much he's going to weigh. I mean, who knows what he's going to look like. You can't find him on social media. I mean, he doesn't, have really any presence, no interviews.
I got to see the weigh-ins on this one, Guru.
Yeah.
I got to see what this kid looks like.
Yep.
Great,
because he's looking soft at 205. You know what I'm saying? He's coming
exactly. Yeah, he wasn't he's not that. He was way smaller than Devin Clark.
Yeah.
When they fought, and now he's moving.
And Devin Clark is not a 205er.
Yeah. He's a short 185er.
Yeah. 414 people watching live right now. Every one of y'all freaking rock, man.
Yeah, faux show. Just what everybody said here. I'm on Aspinall as well. Great boxing, former pro boxer, black belt in jiu-jitsu. When he seems to fight, he kind of goes to his grappling. He's not scared to grapple. He's trying to sub you, knock you out. He likes to press you in your face. Big combos. If he hurts you, he's hitting you hard. He's jumping on top of you, and he's finishing you. He's a killer. So the pick is Aspinall. Aspinall. So how are we betting this, boys? How are we gonna make some money on this one?
You know what's funny? They're not even hanging an over under 2.5. It's 1.5, or fight goes to decision. The over under 1.5. Under is plus money plus 125. That might be worth a look, but I don't know. What are you guys thinking here?
I think that Aspinall probably is going to win. I do feel pretty good about him. It's just, man, there's so many red flags. I don't even, don't get me wrong. We got tons of red flags on the Collier side, right? And don't get me wrong, that should make you lean away from Collier. But I'm the type of person that I like to know what I'm getting on both sides. What if by chance Collier just looks so much better at heavyweight? You know what I mean? Like, weird things do happen. You know what I'm saying? And I do like Guru's spot, Aspinall inside the distance. I feel like that's probably your best value as far as this goes, because I do think if Aspinall wins, it'll be inside the distance. But I don't know, man. I think Guru's probably hitting the best spot with Aspinall inside the distance. But other than that, I don't know.
Nice. Harrison Bacon. First things first. Sweet fucking name, bro. Harrison Bacon. He says, let's give that G Clint a shout out. Another round of applause for Clint. Just super proud of you, brother.
Thank you, my friend. It's been a good run. Been a good run.
Been a good run. Hey, and we're just getting started, son. Just getting started. What my man Gabriel is saying right here, I did want to touch on before we move forward. Make no mistake, Collier, he's a tough dude. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's a tough dude that he's going to have to, if it was anybody but like a heavy-hitting Aspinall, I might be kind of on Collier just because he's a tough dude. He stays in your face. He does all that spinning crap that, he lands it sometimes, but a lot of the times he doesn't look in the best of shape, and that's only dropping that energy down. It's only dropping it down. So less spinning stuff. But in this situation, I do think that Collier's going to lose. But I'm right there with you, Gabriel. He's a mighty tough guy.
Plus 300, you'll get that at by decision. Is it by decision? Is that what you said? Yep, he'll get a plus 310
There you
almost.
go, Gabriel. And shout out to Skywalker DFS. What's up, Skywalker?
Hey.
Let's hit up this next fight. We got Nicolas Dalby coming in 18-3-1 versus Jesse Ronson 21-10-0. Nicolas, what are your thoughts on this?
All right, we got Jesse Ronson, best case scenario, plus 250, right around anywhere from actually 210 actually, all the way up to 250. And then you got Nicolas Dalby come back at minus 240, all the way down to, looks like, up to 280. 320 in some books. Jesus Lord. Have mercy on that person's soul.
Have mercy. Hey, that's that Full House, Uncle Jesse. Have mercy. Y'all,
Clutch those pearls, Nick.
That was appalling.
You watch Full House now, don't you, bro?
Oh, I've watched Full House right now.
Hey, but I guarantee you one thing. Watch this.
Becky.
Guru, do you know what Full House is?
Yeah.
Damn. This some bitch don't know Ninja Turtles, but
Got
he knows
him.
Full House.
Name
Got
one person's name on that on Full House.
Jesse.
Yeah.
Oh.
You sack of shit. I just said Jesse.
Did he?
Yeah. Try
Joey.
another one, champ.
Joey. Uncle
Oh.
Joey.
That was a total guess, but I'll give it.
Guru's like, get the fuck out of here.
This son of a bitch don't know Michelangelo,
The old
but he knows Uncle Jesse and Uncle Joey from Full House.
Yeah.
He gave us the old backhand on that one.
Hey, you might not know a Ninja Turtle, but what you don't know is he's got all 11 seasons box set.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. In case you didn't know, huge fan of Danny Taylor. So, next up. Oh, yeah, no, we already hit that. Hey, Bleed, how about you pop this one off, sir?
So, we are up to Jesse Ronson.
Nicolas Dalby.
Right. Okay. Well, I tell you what. Here's the first thing I got to point out that's very interesting. My man Jesse, this guy's 1-2 in his last 3 fights. How do you get to the UFC winning on a 1-fight win streak? What the heck? Are we taking anybody who's showing up to Fight Island? If you're an MMA fighter, go ahead, ring up Dana. He's going to get you on the card. Probably, because we got 15 fights on this card. They're not turning nobody away. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, you look at this guy's record. I want to say he's like 21-10. I mean, my guy goes out there and finds ways to lose. You know what I mean?
20-10, you nailed it.
There you go. Like, this guy's losing 1 out of every 3 fights. You know what I mean? And
Against Cans,
won
right?
in his last 3 fights. It's very strange, but you know, I just don't think this guy's UFC caliber. I believe he had a UFC run earlier, and I think he fought some pretty good competition. But you know, I just don't think so on this one, man. You know, Dalby, I'm kind of high on Dalby. You know, I actually bet Dalby as an underdog in his last fight against Cowboy Oliveira. I cashed that one up, baby. I went heavy. I felt like he was being disrespected. He should have been the favorite all the way. I felt great about it. I pulled the trigger. You know what I mean? And I'm on Dalby in this one. I just feel like he's just the better overall guy, you know, better resume, better skills, just better everywhere. You know, we're not getting those juicy dog odds on this one. What is he right now? Minus 265. I feel pretty good. I think he should get it done. But I got to point out, man, my man Nicolas Dalby's surprisingly old. You know, he's about 35 years old, approaching that expiration date. But you know what? I think Ronson's the same age. So
34, yeah, turning 35, yeah.
should it matter in this matchup? Probably not. You look at the physique on Dalby. My guy's not looking 35. You know what I mean? So I got Dalby in this spot. I just don't know. I mean, maybe use him as that second leg of a parlay from one of those earlier fights we felt really good about that we were probably all on the same page with. I just got Dalby in this one, and I think he should win it fairly easily.
Nice. What you think about it, Clintus?
Hey, my boy Just Bleed is on point tonight. Congrats on cashing that Dalby dog bet the last time out, too. That was a solid spot. I missed out on that one, so I remember it very clearly. Dalby falls in the same category for me as Boser. I think he wins this, but the line is just too damn wide for me, man. Jesse Ronson, he gives up position in ground scrambles sometimes, so I think this is going to be a scrambly ground type of fight, but I noticed that Dalby has a tendency to slow down in round 3 some. Dalby's look definitely improved in his last couple of fights. I don't trust Ronson, just like Just Bleed said. You know, he's only got a 1-fight winning streak going on right now to get him here, so I feel like everything says Dalby here in this spot, but I'm not laying that price tag for him. I don't think he's that type of guy. So I think he wins. I'm passing on this one. Luckily, I know I'm saying I'm passing a lot, but everybody remember that our power as sports bettors is that we don't have to bet every single fight. I know it's fun to, but you don't have to. If you're looking to bank some cash, don't put a bet on every single fight of the night. And we got 15 fights. There are much better spots on this card for you to put your money.
I agree. And if you're going to do that, I mean, put a couple bucks on it. Something that you can afford to lose, not an actual unit size bet you're going to make on something, have a strong edge on. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
get that little shot of dopamine for your $5 or $10.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Or you can put a couple bucks on it. Doesn't matter. You know what I mean? On a nice juicy prop bet or something like that. Anyways, back to Ronson here. He's fought in 3 different weight classes, or I should say 3 different weights in the last 3 fights. 160 catch weight in his last fight at a BTC 9 event. I've never heard of them. And then 170 at PFL, and then 155 at PFL, which he's no longer with, obviously. Southpaw with a weak jab and a lazy overhand left. That's the best I could find on Ronson. Other than, he's decent on the ground, but he's not going to do that against Dalby. He's not going to take Dalby down. Dalby has great takedown defense, and he can take you down as well. I mean, this should be one of Dalby's easiest fights of his career. I mean, it's definitely one of his easiest fights of his career. We all know this. So I'm on Dalby here. I'm trying to find a better way on him. I don't like the juice, obviously, as the boys were saying. So, but it's Dalby or pass. I mean, I don't see how Ronson gets this done. 20-10 record at 34. He's been a journeyman for a while now. So
nice. What you think about a guru?
Yeah, I mean, they kind of said it all. I agree. Ronson, I mean, he's a small guy, too. He's really a 55er. He's fighting at 70 here, but his first run in the UFC, he did fight at 55s. And, I mean, you got to give him some credit, I guess, for that run. I mean, he fought, I think, Trinaldo, Kevin Lee, and Michel Prazeres, and they were all split decisions. So, I mean, that kind of sucks. I mean, those are 3 beasts, but I don't know. I think Dalby's bigger guy. He's going to be the guy coming forward, throwing more volume. I don't think Ronson will be able to take him down. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with Dalby, probably by decision though. I don't know if
that
Ronson.
I think Ronson was also on the roids then. That was before USADA came in, and he was still
on the juice, huh?
Yeah, and all sorts of juice. I saw some pictures back then. He doesn't look the same anymore. He got a little bit older, but he does not look the same as he did back when he fought Michel Prazeres, Trinaldo, and Kevin Lee. But yeah, I think we all agree here. What are you thinking, Mo?
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you guys. I mean, my man's 21-10, guys. So Dalby, he's not coming in beating the top 5, but he's definitely going to be able to beat this guy just about everywhere. The pick is Dalby. So is this a parlay piece? Is this you're betting a prop over under situation? What you guys thinking?
Man, like I said, I put him in the same spot as Boser. If you want to get even money and take one small shot at it, a Boser Dalby parlay wouldn't be too bad in my opinion. I'm not going to go there myself, but that wouldn't be half bad.
I think Dalby's an easier parlay piece than Tanner Boser, and you're getting him at better odds. Yeah, for now he's a parlay piece because inside the distance for Dalby is plus 190, which actually isn't bad. I could see him getting Ronson out of there, actually. And then by decision is plus 105. I'm gonna have to think on. I need to see the weigh-ins. I want to see exactly what Jesse looks like here at this weight class. I know he's fought here before, but I want to see how he looks on short notice.
Nice, fellas. Let's get on to this next one. We got a big boy fight. I know a lot of people are on Mr. Jai Herbert coming in 10-1 versus Francisco Trinaldo coming in 25-7. Yo, Nikki, draw me some odds on this, please, sir.
Yep, you got Herbert plus 148, best case scenario, anywhere as low as plus 130. And then you get the comeback here, Trinaldo at minus 161, as high as minus 180. Nope, 170 as high as.
Woo, Bleed. How about you start this one, sir?
So, Francisco Trinaldo, or as I like to call him, the oldest man in the world.
It was about 52. For real.
I'm just kidding. Hey, listen, he claims to be, 42? But who really knows, man? You know what?
His birth certificate was faked when he got into the
My man might be shockingly old. You know what I mean? But let's keep it real, man. As old as this guy is, and I got to tell you guys what, nobody loves to hate on an old fighter like your boy Just Bleed, okay? I just do not get into backing old guys, but I got to be honest, man. I'm seeing the slight fade on this guy. I'm seeing him start to decline. When you watch the tape, he's not quite the same guy he was 2 years ago when he was still pretty old. But, man, this guy can fight. You know, he's really got the skills. The output is dwindling, as we keep talking about, and are going to continue to talk about. Output, very, very important on Fight Island thus far. And that's a bad, bad look for a guy 42 years old. So, I mean, what do we got him at right now? Minus 165, he's the favorite. I do like Jai Herbert. I like what I see out of this guy. Major speed advantage. He's going to have a major output advantage. I mean, really, he's probably going to have to get stopped, knocked out, or subbed to lose this fight. Because if this fight goes to the scorecards, I really don't see any way that he's not going to have the numbers these judges want that just makes it easy for them to go, well, that guy threw 3 times as many shots. I'm definitely taking that guy. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's probably how this fight's going to play out. I really wanted to not like Jai Herbert in this spot, but man, as the fight approaches, we might have one of the best live dogs on the card right here, my boys. We really might have something here. I've yet to pull the trigger, but I'm really thinking. I see my man Clint. My man Clint's on this one. I know he is. Hey, and I got to be honest, man. I'm feeling it too. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take Jai Herbert. I haven't pulled the trigger on a bet, but do not be surprised by the next time you hear from me. I've got one locked in.
Woo!
I'm almost talking myself into it as we go. But I like Jai Herbert in this spot for sure.
Nice. What you thinking, Clint?
I got Jai Herbert plus 145, baby. It's already locked and loaded. I agree with everything my man Just Bleed said. Basically, Trinaldo's slowing down, folks. He's showing the age-old signs, no pun intended, of a fighter that is fading, a fighter that is losing their edge, and he may be the rightful favorite. You got to have that respect there for everything that he's done. He's incredibly skilled. He's got big power in his hands. But he's a tank. He's a small fighter for the division. He's going to be super outsized here by Jai Herbert, and Jai just has so much more output than this guy does. On top of that, Trinaldo I don't think he's going to be able to hold him down, so unless he somehow dives on like a neck or something like that the first time he hits a takedown, Jai's just going to get back up and keep on landing on him. I think it's going to be a one-sided beatdown. I don't think he's necessarily going to be able to put Trinaldo away unless Trinaldo got old and fell off a cliff between the last fight and this one, which at this age is entirely possible. I think we're going to see Jai Herbert by decision here.
Yeah, it's because he's Trinaldo's never been knocked out in his career, right?
Oh yeah, he's durable as all hell. So I mean, it's going to be knockout or bust in my opinion for Trinaldo. He's lost several. He's been gifted several really close fights recently. He's been outlanded by all of his recent opponents and still etched a couple of wins, one of which in Bobby Green was one of the worst robberies I have ever seen. Yeah. My man Bobby Green got done wrong in that fight, and I think his luck runs out here. I think Jai Herbert's going to get the nod.
Yeah, what I've noticed about Herbert is he's got great feints. You know, he's in and out, and he's not a horrible striker. He's a good striker, but he's got really good volume. And he's very accurate. He just cuts the cage off well. He moves around well. I think Trinaldo's going to be chasing him around the cage the entire fight. Well, Herbert is pop-shotting him. That being said, though, Trinaldo has faced way better opponents. Felder, Pearson, Medeiros, Medesi, Hernandez. Those are decent strikers. So I don't think Trinaldo gets put out here, but I do think Herbert wins this fight. And
Herbert Burns wrecks him.
Herbie.
Oh, I wish they put that fight together. Herb, though, plus, what'd you get him at, Clint? Plus what?
I got plus 145.
Yeah, that's what it's hanging around right now. It's starting to drop slightly. I think some people are starting to take Trinaldo, but that is my second dog bet of the night as well.
Very nice. Yeah, hey, I'm right there with you guys. I'm on Herb. I think he's going to stay on the outside, pot shot, pop, just do enough work. Trinaldo's older. At some point, we're going to start seeing the decline. And I think it's about time we're going to. Seems like when Trinaldo tries to grapple, he's risking being tired later on in the fight. So if he does grapple, I think Jai is going to be able to not get caught, not get finished. Trinaldo's going to be tired later on. Probably Jai wins round 2, 3, wins the decision. What you thinking, Guru?
Yeah, I already put a bet on Herbert as well, plus 150. And I actually think that this could be the spot where Trinaldo gets knocked out for the first time, because let me ask you guys, what do you guys think Trinaldo's record is outside of Brazil in the UFC?
2?
I'm sure it's negative.
What do you think it is? He has 21 fights in the UFC. So
is he like what, 0-4?
2-3.
Okay.
So he's 13-3 in Brazil. And so now this is even like harder. You know, he's going to Abu Dhabi. He's doing all this. He's older. Herbert, I mean, and he when he hits guys, he hits them like right behind the ear, super accurate. And he knocks a lot of guys out. And I mean, the only thing I'm worried about with Trinaldo is Herbert. You know, his takedown defense is not the best. And in the first round, if Trinaldo really, you know, comes in with a game plan to grapple hard, try to like hit a guillotine or take the back and sub him, maybe he'll get a first round finish. But I think if he comes in with that game plan and he doesn't finish in the first round, he'll probably either, you know, gas out and lose a decision or get knocked out. But yeah, man, I mean, I think that Herbert probably will win here. I mean, we've seen him fight Joe Duffy, who's another big guy, and I think Herbert is a lot more athletic, better footwork, harder to hit than James Vick. And, you know, James Vick dropped Trinaldo too with the straight front. So I don't know, man. I got Herbert all day here.
Shit, one thing cap lock on. That's right.
Oh, really? Real quick, can I mention one thing? Jack Grant in their last fight took him down pretty easily, so that's one thing. I think I mentioned him more earlier. I was talking about his takedown defense and whatnot. I forgot to mention this. It is questionable. So if Trinaldo wants to go there, he can go there with this guy, but I just don't think he will.
Little monster. Nice, boys. All right, let's hit on to this next one. We got the man coming. Hey, he's about to make history, I believe. Mr. Khamzat Chimaev, 7-0, coming in versus Reese Skeletor. Isn't that his nickname, Skeletor Man or something like that? Reese McKee. 10-2-1. We got Thundercat himself. Hey, what are these odds, nigga?
Yes, sir. All right, right now you got Peter Sabata, best case scenario, plus 153.
Chimaev, dude.
Oh, you're the Chimaev right now? Bro. I apologize. Minus 1,002,065. No, really, it's 1136 best case scenario, all the way up to almost 1,300. No, one book has him at 1,429.
Oh.
And if you want me to read rise, it's 839, right around 800. So,
spicy. Guru, how about you pop this one up, sir?
Yeah, I mean, I got to go with Chimaev. Like you're saying, like Reese is called Skeletor. He's used to being like the taller guy. He's not even going to be taller than Chimaev. Chimaev is taller than him. And I mean, if you're getting taken down by Terry Brazier and getting like dominated on the ground, I think Chimaev will probably take you down and probably finish you, man. I mean, the only thing you could maybe give McKee is, I don't know how much weight Chimaev cuts to 185, but maybe he's cutting like 2 times, having like a hard second weight cut, but I don't know, man. I think he's going to win. Like, McKee is tough. Like, I don't know if he'll finish him like super early, but I mean, I think he'll be able to take him down, and I think he could even outstrike him too.
Very nice. Mr. Bleed, what you thinking about it, sir?
Boy, I tell you what, guys, I got to keep it real. You know, I'm a big Khabib fan. I feel like stylistically, the Khabib style is the most dominant form of MMA in existence. And I'm just seeing a guy who fits that bill just to the fucking T. I know Chimaev opened up as a favorite. We've absolutely just seen him get hammered, all the way up to a minus 1,100. This guy's going to be beyond that by fight night. I mean, we might be talking about truly one of the biggest favorites of all time in a UFC fight by the time Saturday gets here, truly. And it's probably due. I mean, you look at the hype train. First off, like Mo pointed out, My man's going to set the new record, quickest turnaround in a fight ever. I mean, that's super impressive. The performance he had, now let's keep it real. Is John Phillips literally the best stylistic matchup you could ever put against this guy? Oh, yeah. And how they got that fight for him to get him into the UFC, I'll never know. I guess they just saw a good opportunity at middleweight and he jumped on it. You know what I mean? So are we getting a little bit ahead of ourselves? We could be. You know what I mean? Like, I think Reese is, I'm not going to call him a live dog, but I'm going to say he definitely has a chance to win this fight. He clips Chimaev early. This guy's got knockout power. I mean, what's crazy is we just got done talking about Jai Herbert. This guy's knocked out Jai Herbert out of nowhere. I mean, hit him with almost like a weird cross-body straight shot that you really wouldn't think would turn somebody off. Man, he just put him out. So does Reese have a chance to win this fight? Oh, absolutely he does. Does he stylistically match up terrible with Chimaev? Absolutely he does. I got Chimaev in this one. At this point, boys, I don't even know if there's any value putting him in the parlay. You're just not gaining anything really at those numbers. This is a fapper for sure, but I got Chimaev. If you're willing to take that super long shot value Hail Mary on Reese, I get it. Don't go big, but it could happen. We've seen crazier things. You know what I'm saying? But I got Chimaev in this one, and I'm going to have him for a while. I like this guy a lot until he gets in there and really faces some adversity. I'm probably going to be riding Chimaev. How do you ride a minus 1,100 guy? There's just nothing there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Fap City all day long. I mean, Rise is a 155er. You know what I mean? He's not even a welterweight. I mean, he's taken on short notice. I mean, so is Kazmat, but I mean, he's a true 170er who just went up to 185 and whooped up John Phillips. I think this goes under 1.5 as a prop. And there's no need to break this down. I mean, if Rise win this fight, hey, listen, I'll shove a sock in my mouth in front of camera next week, okay? A dirty one, too, with that being said.
So you heard that here, boys.
You all heard it, and it's going to happen. That being said, if Kazmat loses this fight, I'll be stunned. So I like the under 1.5. I think you can get that at right now. Go ahead.
Minus 210.
210 minus 210 under 1.5.
Minus 210.
Never mind. Do not play that. Do not have to go. Wow. I almost tell people to take the over. Jesus Lord. Okay, yeah, don't touch that. But yeah, it's Kazmat or pass.
All right, so what you think about it, Clint?
So the only way you can ever bet this fight is you've got to look contrarian, right? The whole world is sold on Kazmat Chimaev, myself included. Nobody thinks Reese has got a shot. People always ask, what is a puncher's chance worth to you? Right there. We just found it. This is a puncher's chance, right? You're getting damn near 10-1 on this guy just to show up and win. I guess he's 8-1, but you're getting 8-1 on this kid just to show up and win the fight. And yeah, man, that's the only way you can really look at this thing. And like you said, he's unparlayable. He doesn't add any value whatsoever there. I'm not touching an under 1.5 at minus 210. No really, way. The only angle I could possibly see is when the round props come out, take Chimaev in round 2, see if maybe Reese can survive one round and then gets it done in round 2 where the odds are a little bit longer. This is a fireball and popcorn fight, folks. Enjoy the beautiful violence. Chimaev is poetry in motion, and I think he's going to get that quickest turnaround ever in UFC history. He's going to do it with a sub and a KO. Ooh. I think he knocks Reese dead in this fight.
What is TKO prop?
I don't think I've ever been rolling for a dog so much that I know is not going to win because I want to see Nick stuff a dirty sock in his mouth. Shit. It's going to go down, boys.
Hey, listen, I'm
all right. Hey, let's hit up this.
How great would that be, Mo? You win a bet and Nick has to shove a dirty sock in his mouth.
You know what that reminds me of?
What's that?
A little bet that you made last week. You want to hear? Here, I'll even give you the big screen.
Oh, no.
I don't know if you want to, for the 453 people we have here, you have that wonderful green screen behind you. And it is beautiful. It is fucking beautiful, Clint. Now, I don't know if you want to do this, but if you want to bring it up on your
for those of you who have not seen,
that's fucking beautiful.
I lost a bet. I went 10-2 last week on my fight predictions, and one of those 2 losses, I was enough shots deep on Fireball to bet my profile picture, and I lost. So, kids, never bet your profile picture.
Joe B against Figueredo, right?
That.
I had gone 3 for 3 on my gigantic ass underdogs, man. I was high on the winnings, and I was stuffing my pockets full of cash, and I had my shots flowing. And someone said Figueredo's gonna knock out Joe B, and I went, "Fuck you! I'm gonna take this whole thing home." You're on. I was wrong. I was very wrong.
That's rough shit right there.
I thought I was on the horse racing chat, and I thought someone hacked you. And I'm like, oh my god, Jimmy, someone hacked Clint.
Hey, what genius of a man! Give this man a shout out that you lost this bet to, because this man deserves a shout out. Because that's
my boy Judah Peru, 1984. Congratulations, my friend! You won the bet. You won the one and only profile picture bet that I am gonna make. You will forever go down in history as the man who did it and got one over on me.
That was a good one, sir.
And I'm stuck with it until Saturday. It doesn't come down until the next event. I'm stuck all the way until freaking Saturday.
That's nice right there. I'll make sure to retweet all your shit this week, Clint.
Don't drink and tweet, my friends.
I got you. Yeah, don't do that, brother. Next up, we got a nice little one. We got Cowboy Alex Oliveira coming in 21-8-1 versus Peter Sabata 17-6-1. Nikki, drop me some odds, please, sir.
We got Peter Sabata coming best case scenario plus 153-ish, as low as plus 135. And then you get to come back at minus 167 for Cowboy Oliveira, as high as 189-ish.
Nice. Mr. Clint, would you like to start this one off, please, sir?
Yeah, I would love to. I've been looking at this one and doing the intelligence beard scratch for the entire week, man. I've been trying to figure this one out. I am very, very tempted to roll the dice on the dog here in Peter Sabata. He's been on a very, very long layoff. This dude is a sharp Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu player, and he's very tenacious in the cage. However, he's facing Cowboy Oliveira, and he's got a little bit of a chin issue. At least he did the last time we saw him. It's been a while. And Cowboy Oliveira is all offense all the time. The only thing is he likes to mix in that takedown. So he's going to be playing right into the game of our boy Peter Sabata, wanting to get this thing on the mat. Sabata's got these great sweeps. He can transition well, good offensive submissions, great scrambles. I mean, I think he'll be able to out-scramble Alex Oliveira and maybe catch him in something. That's kind of the angle that I'm looking at here. However, I wouldn't be shocked if Cowboy caught him with a big one. Cowboy basically saved his job his last time out. He went on a 3-fight losing streak and just got that bounce back, a much needed win in the last one. So he's probably coming in here with bad intentions, looking to put on a show and secure that position so he's not back on the chopping block again. So I'm very, very tempted, but one of my rules when it comes to sports betting, guys, is you don't bet on chinny fighters. And that's my question is Sabata chinny? He might be, and that's the only reason I'm hesitating here. Now, I know he did bring in a high-level boxing coach, so he's been working real hard on his hands, and he already had sneaky good striking, so he's a very well-rounded mixed martial artist here. And the amount of time that he's been off, you got to wonder if he was chinny, maybe that time off has healed him. Maybe that time off is exactly what he needed to get back where he needs to be. I'm this close to pulling the trigger on Sabata. Somebody give me a reason to do it, because you know I love my dogs.
Oh, hey, who let them dogs out? Quintus Maximus did.
I did.
Guru. He did. Hey, quit them dogs. Yo, Guru, what you think about it?
Plus 390 last week, baby. Or 290. Plus 290. Joel Alvarez.
Woo. Spicy. Guru, what you think about it, bro?
Yeah, I'm kind of agreeing with Clint a little bit. You know, I like Peter Sabata. I'm kind of a fan of his style. He's a southpaw, good counter punching, good pull counters, and his takedowns are pretty good as well. I mean, he has good grappling, and when he gets on top, I mean, we saw him dominate Nicolas Dalby. Like, he has a really good top game, really good top pressure, passes really well. When he gets the back, he's deadly, man. He'll get the rear naked choke, he'll flatten you out, and finish you with strikes. And off of his back, he's really good as well. I mean, we saw Leon Edwards drop him. He almost caught him in an armbar like 10 seconds after he got dropped. He swept Leon Edwards with the Kimura, took his back. That fight was pretty close, man. I mean, the second round, a couple judges had Sabata winning the second round against Leon Edwards, who's, arguably a top 5 guy. And he was giving him a lot of trouble. I mean, Edwards was grappling because the counters were giving him a little bit of issues, and then Sabata was able to give him issues in the grappling as well. So it just shows he's a well-rounded guy. The chin and just his athleticism is the only thing that I'm worried about with Oliveira, because Oliveira is a cobra, man. I mean, he can land one shot, one uppercut, one straight, and knock you out. And if he gets on top of Sabata and Sabata gets a little bit tired, maybe he could ground and pound and finish him off. The layoff is a little bit of a concern as well, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to pull the trigger and actually bet on Sabata, but I'm going to pick him because I think it should be, close to a pick 'em odds. I think Oliveira is a little bit, bloated a little bit on the line. So I'm going to pick Sabata to win.
I got a question for you real quick, though, Guru. Do you think that Alex Oliveira is slowing down?
I mean, I maybe a little bit, but I did think in his last fight when he fought Griffin, I thought he looked decent in that fight. But he seems like he slows down in the third round, though. But so does Sabata. They both have kind of questionable gas tanks. But, yeah, I mean, I think he obviously isn't as good as he was 3 or 4 years ago, though.
I feel like I got this kind of weird itchy feeling. It almost seems like he's on a bit of a backslide here, which is another reason I feel like I want to fade him. And the next two guys, when you go and do your breakdowns, I want to know. Tell me what you think too. Is Oliveira on the backslide, or am I imagining things?
I mean, you could be right about that. The thing with Sabata is, I don't know if anybody realizes, he's been with the company since 2014.
2009. He was in the UFC
2009?
2009.
Jeez.
Wow. Well, since 2014, he's only had 6 fights. So I went to 2014, and that's just crazy. I mean, injured in 2015, 2016, then 2019. So, but like you said, Guru, southpaw, great in and out movement. He feints really well, and he's very crafty off his back as well. I mean, like you were saying, the Leon Edwards fight in that first round when he got dropped, he had Leon Edwards in a serious armbar,
Yeah.
and he ended up slipping out of it. That was probably about 5 to 10 seconds. Fight would have ended. But that being said, Oliveira, I mean, he switched his stance as well. He's one of those dance-style capoeira fighters, as you guys all know. This is one of the toughest fights on the card, in my opinion, to judge because of the layoff. And like Clint just mentioned, is Oliveira starting to decline. So this, believe it or not, is a fat fight for me. I don't see any type of edge on how you can bet either fighter right now, other than the odds being a little bit wide. So I will sit back. I am getting a bottle of Fireball this weekend, and I will be fapping it.
That's my boy.
Okay,
Ooh,
guys.
fapping up.
First
What you
thing
think about it,
first,
Bleed?
Let me tell you guys something. We've been talking about Fireball so much recently that my phone is now bringing up Fireball ads because it's just. I'm not even kidding at all. I'm actually getting like the Fireball like whatever generated ads, like for real.
Yeah.
So, and one thing I got to point out is too, we got the real Schmo in the chat right now. Big fan of the show, Schmo. Send me some of them glasses, bro. I like that stuff. But hey, let's get back to this fight now. Okay, here's this fight from you guys right here. I'm gonna put it real quick, real blunt. Okay, if Peter Sabata wasn't coming off this giant layoff, if that fight against Leon Edwards, say, was 6 months ago, I'd have already pulled the trigger on him. You know what I'm saying? I like Sabata in this spot. Big layoff, but I got to keep it real, man. Too many red flags with the layoff. I just can't do it. I'm going to pick Sabata to win. I feel like if Sabata's still as good as he was against Leon Edwards, he will win this fight, but we just don't know. Too much time off. I'm going to fap this one. I'm going to sit it out. I'm going to see what Sabata looks like in this matchup and hopefully make some money on him further down the road.
The thing is, my bad, but Sabata's only 33 too. Like Clint was saying, he's bringing in the boxing coach, so maybe he'll look better. Hopefully, he still can progress because he had his prime taken away with injuries. He's pretty good in my opinion.
There's another guy that I think. All right, so we got Oliveira at 32 and Sabata at 33. I actually think Sabata, realistically, is younger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, at least Oliveira looks like he's 40. So, with that being said, tough fight to call.
It is. I'm right there with y'all. it kind of seems like we're agreeing a little bit tonight. This is not normally how it is, guys. We don't really talk outside of this because we don't want to really give each other our picks. You know, Clint, Bleed, they have their shows, Guru have their shows, but I don't really watch their shows. I pop in, say, what's up, guys? Love y'all. Then I deuce out because I don't want them to kind of sway me because that can seem to happen sometimes. But I'm on Cowboy, guys. Y'all putting that disrespect on Cowboys.
There we go.
They're putting that disrespect on my man's name. Hey, he's a tough guy. He keeps coming forward. Yeah, he can gas, but we haven't seen Sabata in a while. I think this is more of a kind of what Bleed said. I'm picking Cowboy, and if Sabata comes out, I know he said he's picking Sabata, but if Sabata comes out, shows me a little something this time, more likely in the maybe the next 3 years that when he fights again, I might be on him. But as of right now, hey, and maybe on Friday he comes out, weigh-in show, he comes out, boom, he weighs in and he looks like a beast. Well, then we might be having a different conversation on Friday, but as of right now, we are going Cowboy.
Ooh, KCOH, I just accidentally put your
I was like, why'd you buy?
I was like, damn, what did KCOH?
Don't worry,
I know the Trolls is hot tonight, but KCOH?
Nick's drunk with power.
What happened?
I apologize.
Hey, yeah, boss. He's one that we don't want to block. So, but yeah, no, we'll take this point right here. So we have 460 people in here right now. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for rocking with us. You could be anywhere on a Tuesday night, but you are rocking with us. And if you're somebody that catches this replay, we thank you too. So make sure you smash that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you never miss a broadcast on Odds HQ. And all of this is powered by odds.com. That's right. None of this would be going on if it wasn't for odds.com. So shout out and salute to odds.com. Guys, also one more thing. If you're enjoying this content, make sure you smash that like button. That's how YouTube knows that you enjoy this type of content that we do. So let's get on to this next one. Damn, bro, I can't believe you took out the predictor champ like that.
Trust me, I know he can hear us right now. You'll be back in a couple minutes. I apologize, KCOH.
Hey, he took KCOH out, bro. Next up, we got Mr. Paul Bear Jew Craig coming in 12-4-1, facing shit, son. Clint, you want to hit that first name, Antigulov?
Yep. It's gonna be Godsmurad Antigulov.
That some bitch is brutal. I don't think there's an Arkansan alive that can say that. Yo, Boston Nick, draw me some odds on this fight, please, sir.
All right, right now you got Paul Craig -11. That's basically a pick 'em right now in some cases, but
hey, real quick, this just popped in my head. My bad, Nick. Just real quick, if for some reason that is the real schmo, which we have had a lot of random trolls. So
it's not him, bro. It's not the same.
This is really you, and you really are bored on Fight Island right now, sitting there chilling. Kind of big deal, Mr. Schmo. So if this is really you from your account, you can follow Mo Screen Fight P1 or Mr. Fat Fist, and we will drop you a link, and you can come right on in, sir. So if you're the real Schmo and you want to come in,
you're bored.
I mean, we're gonna get the rub off of you, my man. But we want the 460 people to come rock with your interviews if that is the real Schmo. So there is the invitation. So my bad, Nikki. You want to drop those?
Nah, no problem. Right now we got real quick here. Basically a pick 'em. You got some cases you'll get Antigulov at plus odds. Some right around -111. So it basically we'll say right now Paul Craig's a slight favorite.
Nice. Just Bleed MMA. Can you please pop this one off, sir?
Jeez, boy, this fight.
Bear Jew, baby.
You know what I mean? It's just, come on, man. Paul Craig, the Bear Jew, versus Godsmurad Antigulov. I mean, you know, Antigulov's one of these guys we got coming off of, yet again, another, like, huge layoff. You know what I mean? A guy who's coming off some terrible losses. But then I'm looking over at Paul Craig, and I'm like, man, should you even still be in the UFC right now? I'm pretty sure my guy Paul Craig is 2 Hail Marys away from having been cut back in like 2018. You know what I mean? Like,
he had a resurgence, a little resurgence.
Hey, listen, I got to give him all the credit in the world. You know, getting that crazy 1 second left tap out of Ankalaev. Ankalaev, what are you thinking, bro? You can't survive a triangle for more than 2 seconds? Dude, you're
I broke shit in my house.
I mean, it is what it is. Paul Craig, you know, that win against Kennedy Zenjukwu, you know, a fight that he was just getting beat up, dominated. What does Paul Craig do? Finds that miracle Hail Mary, wins it again. Goes in there against Shogun in his last fight. Kind of beats down Shogun like a dog, you know what I mean? But sure enough, the fight's a draw. A fight that I think a lot of people thought Shogun should win. You know, we talk a lot about those apple pie shitters. That's just Paul Craig's game. You know, this guy has fucked up so many parlays. It's just legendary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. Am I high on Antigulov? No. Does he have the power to knock out Paul Craig? Yeah. Should he beat Paul Craig? Yeah. Do I think he's gonna? I don't have a clue, guys. This fight's so hard to get a read on. I really don't know. I don't even know if I can really give you guys a pick. I mean, I think I lean Antigulov, but based on what? He hits hard, you know what I mean? I just don't got a lot to say about this fight. And boy, I'm gonna be sitting this one out. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna sit in the same room. I might go run out in the backyard or something. You know what I mean? Like I'm getting as far away from this fight as possible. That's how I'm putting it for this one.
Ooh, he said stay away from the bear Jew. Clintus, what you thinking?
Hey, this fight is straight fireworks, all right? You don't want to be too far away from the TV because this one's going to be damn fun to watch. Both of these guys are proficient in shitting the bed. I'm a huge fan of Paul Craig. I actually was on him on both of those fluky submission wins he's got. Man. So your boy is willing to bet Paul Craig anytime you give me, you know, plus 200 or so on him because he's just got that. He's like Nico Price, man. He doesn't have the defense down, but he's got that offense skill set that he needs to get it done sometimes. So my soul just screams bet Paul Bear Jew Craig, just because he should win this one. However, he has shown that he has no urgency whatsoever to get up from bottom when he gets taken down. And Antigulov's whole game is to smother people and get on top of them. Man, after the beating he put on Shogun, if he just had one get up in him in the whole next 2 rounds, he wins that fight. And it's easy. And he just decided to play off his back for 10 straight minutes for rounds 2 and 3. You can't put your bet on this man in a spot like this. He's facing another wrestler. If Antigulov gets a leg, Paul Craig's probably going on his back. Now, Antigulov can get swept. He can get submitted. Paul probably can still get the finish with this particular opponent. But I can't promise you he's going to do it. He could just get grinded on the entire time. So I'm off it. I'm cheering for my boy Paul Craig, but I'm not going to bet this one.
Yeah, one thing I'll touch on real quick is Paul Craig's got a 5.5 inch or 5 inch reach advantage or something like that. And this Antigulov guy is just he's such a sloppy striker. He just blitzes in. Michael and Jacek was able to drop him, I think, once or twice in their fight. And it was just him blitzing in, just getting caught with even a sloppier punch. You know what I mean? So his fighting.
Oleg Zaitchuk has masterful hands, though, incredible hand speed. Totally different ballpark than Paul Craig.
No, I hear you on that one, but just how sloppy Antigulov is with his striking. You know what I mean? Yeah, right. That being said, though, Paul Craig. I mean, I was on Ankalaev when that happened. You know what I mean? That 1 second submission. You know what I mean?
I ain't even sorry.
Holes in the wall, things broken. I was so mad. I mean, just because of the fight. I mean, IQ. If he knew what was on the clock, that was a pure pressure choke. That wasn't. I mean, that was in for what, less than 10 seconds. So it wasn't an air choke. That being said,
5 seconds, maybe.
I think that me and Bleed are going to be jogging around the neighborhood together. High five and we'll fireball during this fight because I'm staying as far away from it as humanly possible.
Eyes, what you think about Young Guru?
Yeah, man, I agree. I mean, I'm going to pick Antigulov because I think that in the first round, I mean, he comes out hard. Clark is a slow starter. I mean, I think that we saw in Clark's last fight, he likes playing off his back. Antigulov, he'd probably just take him down and control him or submit him in the first round. Clark could knock him out, but yeah, I'm gonna pick Antigulov.
Yeah, I think I'm right on there with Antigulov myself, just because of the pressure, and he comes in winging bombs. And Paul Craig, he has his chin, his jaw seems to be a magnet for big, wild, crazy hooks. But this fight could very easily go to the ground. Paul Craig is a beast in the submission game as well. What, he has 11 wins by sub, and Antigulov has 15, I believe, something like that. So both these boys can sub each other. I like Antigulov's power in this, but I wouldn't be surprised if Paul what's his damn nickname before I say
Bear
something?
Jew.
Bear Jew. All right, yeah, boy. That name will get you messed up in 2020, boy. Yeah. But but yeah. So how we betting this fight, boys? Is this a stay away fapping?
Paul Craig by Darce choke. Let's see when that submission prop comes out. I'm gonna say Paul Craig by Darce.
You know what?
Clint
They should start coming out with props like that where you can actually bet the actual submission. You know what I mean? That'd be dope. That'd be dope right there. I mean, Paul Craig does have the reach advantage, but obviously he's probably not going to use it.
Those long arms, baby. That's what gets it in on the Darce choke.
Yeah, I hear you on that one. What is Paul Craig by submission? Or
not out yet. Inside the distance, he's only like plus 130 or something like that. So it's probably not that much better. But I don't see Paul Craig knocking out Antigulov.
Nah. Nope, be on that one.
All right, boys. Hey, we're in the home stretch. This fight right here is a banger. We got Carla Cookie Monster Esparza coming in 16-6, facing Marina Rodriguez 12-0-2. Nikki, drop me some odds, please, sir.
User. We get the best case scenario on Carlos Cookie Monster Esparza plus 161. She's hovering right around the plus 140, plus 135 range. And you got the comeback at minus 165, right around the as high as minus 190 range.
Nice. We will let Mr. Women's MMA himself start. Just Bleed MMA. What's your thoughts on this one, brother?
Hey, man, I got to tell you guys what. So when the odds first dropped on this fight, I like to do a little overview. And one thing kind of popped out at me. I said, ooh, Carla Esparza, the wrestler,
ooh, spicy
underdog against this chick who I've repeatedly seen taken down and held down. I go, ooh, we might have something here, boys. We might really have a spot here. But then you know what? I went and did the work. I watched the tape. Carla Esparza, where did the wrestling go? I don't know if she's fell in love with her striking, which I'll keep it real. She actually had some pretty decent striking against Michelle Watterson, the karate hottie, a chick who wants to do karate, keep the fight standing. What the heck did she go out there and do? Stands and bangs with a karate hottie. Dude, that's not your path to victory. I'm afraid Cookie Monster doesn't want to work for those takedowns. She's getting a little older. We all know grappling, wrestling, offensive wrestling, super exhausting. I just don't know if she's got it in her anymore. To me, I see an absolutely super clear path to victory for Carla Esparza in this fight. But I can't bank on her to go out there and do it. If anything, I came out of this fight having done the work saying, boy, I'm pretty sure Marina Rodriguez is going to beat the crap out of this little chick. And, that's kind of how I got to go. Now, don't get me wrong, boys. When I get that underdog feeling, a lot of times it does come to fruition, and I can kind of watch tape and kind of work myself off that spot. That could be one of those here, but based off what Esparza's done as of late, I can't bank on her to go out there and actually do what she needs to do. Therefore, absolutely no play. If anything, I think Marina Rodriguez could really beat her up and probably cruise to a pretty clear-cut decision.
Okay.
Nice. What'd you think about it, Clint?
Clint?
Oh, I think you're on mute, sir.
There we go. That better?
Boom!
Yep.
I feel like Just Bleed is stealing my notes. I feel like he's reading my work. Because, man, I had the same exact read on this fight. I watched everything, and I looked at it first, and I went, Carla Esparza is live here, folks. I was like, I like this dog. In fact, my opinion has changed since my podcast yesterday to this show today. I tweeted out today that I'm going 2 times deep on our girl Marina Rodriguez here. I got her at minus 165, and I'm going to go ahead and hit that line twice for a 2-unit score because I am that confident that she's going to be able to get it done here. So Cookie Monster, absolutely. If she comes out, she sells out for the grappling and gets the takedowns, maybe she squeaks out a win in this fight. However, she's one of these people that does nothing with the takedowns. And that's another thing that we're seeing not really score all that well in Abu Dhabi. If she comes out and she gets the takedown and just lays on top of Marina, and Marina works herself back to her feet or she elbows her from the bottom, like, they still damn well might give her the round. She's going to be at a significant size disadvantage in this fight, and she's proven on the feet that she gets outlanded over the course of her entire career. She averages 2.3 significant strikes per minute, and she absorbs 2.87 significant strikes per minute. So Rodriguez, on the flip side of this bad boy, averages 5.6 significant strikes per minute. She's throwing damn near 3 significant strikes a minute more than Carla Esparza is. Carla has to wrestle. And you know what the other thing is? Carla doesn't wear damage that well these days anymore, boys. If she gets tagged up a couple times, if she gets stuck behind that long jab of Marina Rodriguez, her face is going to get puffy and swollen up when the judges look at her and go, she laid on top of her, but look at her fucking face. They're still going to give the round to Marina Rodriguez. I'm on Marina Rodriguez here, and I would not be shocked if she knocks Carla Esparza out.
You know what made this fight difficult for me was the Cynthia Calvillo and Marina Rodriguez fight. In the first round, Cynthia was able to take her down twice. You know what I mean? And then, but as the fight went on, and still Marina pieced her up before she was getting taken down, and hit her at range until she was taken down. But in the second and the third, you just saw Marina start to separate and start to land at will. We all know what Cookie Monster needs to do here. She needs to get it right to the ground, and I just don't think she can keep top control once she gets it to the ground. So that's going to be the problem. She's not going to outstrike Marina Rodriguez. Yes, her boxing and her striking has gotten better in the hands-wise. But I was originally looking at Esparza all day today. And then I'm like, you know what? I can't let one fight sell me or one round sell me because Cynthia Calvillo took her down in the first round twice. So, yeah, I'm on Marina Rodriguez as well. She also has the reach advantage here by a couple of inches. So, in the height advantage, I think she'll be able to pop shot her all. I think it might go to decision, you know what I mean? But I think she'll be able to pop shot her and get an easy W, unanimous.
Yeah, Marina puts up that volume too. Yeah, I don't remember the exact significant strikes landed that she throws per 15 minutes or per minute for 15
5.6.
Yeah, I mean, she pumps out that volume. And just like you guys said, Carla has the capability to come out and get those takedowns, but she's not going to do it. She's going to stand on her feet. She's going to try to box with this girl. Marina's longer, has a nice jab, front push kicks, all the right weapons to keep Cookie Monster away. Along with the volume, she's just going to touch Cookie Monster up. Cookie Monster might late round 2, round 3 start going to the grappling because she's losing. But I see Miss Marina snatching up that decision. What you think, Guru?
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to take Marina. I mean, it's like I just think she's meaner. And the girls that she's gotten draws with on the ground, those girls are finishers on the ground. And they're, we're able to get 10-8 rounds where, like Clint was saying, Carla doesn't really do a lot with the takedown. So Rodriguez, she's a mean girl too. I mean, she throws a lot of volume, a lot of power. She's probably one of the harder hitters for the division. So yeah, I think Rodriguez will win, but I'm not confident enough to put a bet on it. I'm not going to bet on it, but I got Rodriguez.
Nice. So there's another women's fight in the books. I know Bleed is excited for that one. Next up, boys, some people calling this the people's main event. We got Fabricio Werdum coming in 23-9-1, facing the man coming up from 205, making his heavyweight debut, Alexander Gustafsson, coming in 18-6. Nikki, drop me some odds on this fight, please, sir.
Yeah, clown. We got a clown show here. We got a minus 133 best case scenario for Alexander Gustafsson. Right around as high as minus 370, but you're really going to average minus 340. Come back at plus 299, as low as looks like 250.
So we got 470 people in here. Big salute to each and every one of y'all. We love y'all. Smash that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, hit that thumbs up, and we listen to you guys. We love you. Tom Chambers himself says, make Clint go first. You got it, Tom. Clint, you're up, sir.
This one's pretty simple, boys. Gustafsson is he's looking for new life at heavyweight, and he picked out the biggest bum on the block that he could possibly get a win against. I mean, Fabricio Werdum is not the man who won that heavyweight strap anymore. He looks like he's sold it down the river. I think this is his last fight on the contract. He completely overlooked Alexei Olenek and paid for that dearly. I mean, I want to see them on the scales. Because, I mean, if Fabricio Werdum shows up and embarrassed with a six-pack, then maybe we take the dog shot on him. But this one should be pretty clear as far as an easy win for Gustafsson. And I got to tell you guys, this guy, I am so ready to fade Gustafsson. I've been looking for any excuse, any reason in the book to bet on Fabricio Werdum here, and I just don't see where I can do it. Gus has tremendous takedown defense, so I don't think Werdum is going to get that takedown, and if he does get the takedown, that's really his only path to victory. If he doesn't get the takedown, he's going to get pieced up on the feet. Gus is one of these constant, perpetual movement type of fighters. He's going to be able to bob and weave, duck out, jab, hit him with big shots. He's going to pepper him with volume. I mean, the only thing Werdum can hope to do in this spot is survive, I feel like. So I'm going to completely pass on it. I want nothing to do with it. There's no way I'm parlaying a guy like Gus, but this spot is literally served up for him to get a win over a name and reestablish himself. The UFC wants Gus back in action. They want him back on the winning path, and I think Fabricio Werdum is probably going to hang it up after this one. So I'm just I'm steering clear on this one.
Yeah. I think if you want a good read on this fight, go watch the Volkov-Werdum fight, because that's how Gus is going to fight, but more athletic. He's going to stand right in front of him, pepper him with jabs, straights, crosses, uppercuts. He's going to be hitting angles on him. Angles. If he gets taken down by Werdum, he's just going to be thinking sub-defense, get my back to the cage, get up. He's not going to entertain the ground game, and that's if Werdum can keep him down. I think Gus is going to keep him at his range and kind of do what he did to Glover. It's not going to look as pretty. No. And I know some people are worried about Gus coming in looking all fat and stuff. I posted something on Twitter today, found a little picture. Gus is looking like a jacked up 205er. You know what I'm saying? He's having some, like a little bit of body fat, but you can still see abs. I mean, my man's pretty decent looking heavyweight, and he's a big dude anyway. I see him cutting angles. I don't know if he's going to finish Werdum, but I see him taking him to school. Now, when the competition steps up, I'm right there with Clint. I don't think Gus is going to come in and win no belt. I don't think he might come in and crack the top 5 maybe, but then he's got a long list of killers that he will not be able to get through. Guru, what's your thoughts on this, sir?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to agree. I like Werdum. I've been a big fan of him, and I don't know. I think Gustafsson is way too good on the feet, too good movement, and probably he's just going to touch and move the whole fight. I mean, I will say, Gustafsson, when he's gotten taken down like against Jones and Anthony Smith, he's looked horrible off of his back. I don't know what it is. I think someone was saying that maybe they even thought he had like an injury or something, but like, I don't know. He looked terrible when he got taken down. So maybe if Werdum gets on top of him, he has a chance. But yeah, I think Gustafsson should just roll here.
Yeah, I mean, like you all just said, I mean, this is a clown show. I mean, this might be the most embarrassing fight for Gustafsson's career. I mean, arguably, no, not arguably. He's fighting a 45-year-old heavyweight, and just like you mentioned, it's like a resurgence so he can fight at heavyweight. I don't get that. I know he's getting to the heavyweight division before John Jones does. I don't know. All we're going to see here is just Gustafsson circling around the ring, you know what I mean? Just pop shot in Werdum. If Werdum gets a takedown, he gets a takedown. He probably stays on top and doesn't want him to get back up. But Verdum's 45 years old, and I believe he's just trying to cash another paycheck right now before the end of his career. So this is 100% FAP City.
Ooh.
And real quick, all these favorites on the card, but I would say a good 85% of them or more, 85 are going to win. You know what I mean? So that's what the tough angle is on this card. You know what I mean? It's you got to either take a prop bet or you have to parlay some guys that could ship your apple pie. So I don't know. I'm not sure how I'm going to approach the entire card, but I have a few bets out there. But this is a tough card to bet. I mean, you have to agree, right, guys?
Oh yeah.
I do actually. Last week was my dog week. You know, I took a bunch of big dogs because I felt like those lines were wrong. I side with the favorites more often than not this week. I've only got a couple of dogs, so yeah, I feel like you got to tread a little bit lightly here.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm thinking Bleed's gonna have a nice juicy take on this one. What you think about it, Bleed?
I tell you, I'm about to drop a twist on you boys. You're gonna think it's an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Know what I'm saying?
We're going jogging again. I know it.
Hey, no, I'm just playing, you guys. I mean, you know, this fight, Fabricio Werdum, man, coming off that 2-year USADA suspension, going into that Alexei Oleinik fight, shell of his former self. I mean, he looked bad, dude. Real bad. I mean, no PEDs anymore. 2 years older, into his 40s. This guy, I got a little place just outside that I like to call Fade City. Okay, my man Fabricio Werdum is renting a 2-bedroom condo deep in the heart of downtown Fade City right now. I got nothing to do with this guy. I would be blown away if he wins this fight. Maybe he can find the sub. He sure as heck ain't finding the knockout, in my opinion. Here's the problem, though. Alexander Gustafsson, talking retirement, took a year off. I mean, don't get me wrong. The guy officially retired, but he's only been out the game a year. I mean, we got people, half the people on the UFC roster don't have to be retired, and they'll sit out a year. You know what I'm saying? So not necessarily the biggest amount of time off. And, Mo, you brought up some great points. I feel like I know I saw your post you were talking about, and my man Gustafsson does look good physically. Like, I'm expecting him to perform pretty well because I did have questions about that. If this was some fat, sloppy Gus who's going to be too heavy to be light on his feet and have that movement like he used to, we could have some problems here. But all things said, man, I'm going to take Gus, but I got too many red flags on the Gus side as well to be comfortable even remotely coming close to that minus 300. We got a lot of favorites I feel way better about on this card. I'm not even going to have anything to do, not even a parlay on with this fight. Let me see heavyweight Gus debut, and let's go from there. You know what I'm saying? Another one of those fights where I'm going to sit back, watch my man Gus. If he looks fucking great, let's make some money on him next time. But I need to see something first before I'm ever going to lay my hard-earned gambling dollars on a guy like Alexander Gustafsson at minus 300.
Clint, I know you have over-unders on Thursday, so I'm not going to ask you, but I like this over 2.5, looks like, at plus 105.
Just wink 3 times. Just blink 3 times if you think it's a good play, Clint.
Do I need to put on a yellow shirt if I'm in danger? No. Very, very sneaky, Nick. Very, very sneaky. And I kind of tend to agree here. I feel like Gus is more of a volume fighter. Yes, maybe he comes out and tries to make a statement, but also in this fight, he is simply looking to etch a win. He just wants to get back in that win column. So I don't know if he's going to be coming out swinging for the fences. I would not be surprised if this thing gets to the cards. However, the way that I would maybe look at it, more so than the over 2.5, would be Gus by decision. He's at plus 180 right now, Gus by decision. Because let's be real, if it goes all 15 minutes, do we think Fabricio Werdum is winning it? I don't think I believe Fabricio Werdum is winning it if it goes a full 15 minutes. So I would be looking at Gus by decision myself. You're getting a decent chunk of extra value on there, and you're turning a minus 300 favorite into a plus 180 dog. That'd be the way I'd go.
Yeah.
And Werdum looked horrible last time on the scales. He
did.
Awful. And if I anticipate he's probably going to look the same exact way. So
what could he have changed, right, Mo, in the last, what,
exactly.
2 months?
I mean,
you know what he could have changed? He could have changed his cardio. He could have done a little more work. He could have rolled off the couch a couple days earlier. And if that's the case, I actually like that over. I like that Gus by decision a little bit more if Fabricio is in shape. Because if he can get a takedown in round 1, if he can protect himself in round 2, if he can survive through round 3, then I think we've got a shot there. Because, I mean, he survived the big bombs of Alexei Oleinik, but Gus is a much more finessed fighter than that. He's going to have something. If he's flabby, if he's out of shape, if he's really just not looking good, then yeah, Gus probably puts him away.
I'm worried about that body kick, that little teeth kick right up the middle, right in that big old gut of his. You know what I mean? This might be a whole weigh-in. We have to watch the weigh-ins to see how Werdum looks. It looks somewhat decent here. Yeah. Okay.
Very nice, fellas. Let's get on to this sweet co-main event of the evening. We got Shogun, who coming in 26-11-1, facing Little Nog, 23-9. Nikki, draw me some odds, please, sir.
I didn't think we are gonna hear Lil Nog's name anymore in the UFC. Plus 169, best case scenario, down to plus 150, and then you got a best case scenario minus 180, all the way up to looks like minus 190. Yep, I don't 220 on one book, but run around minus 185, 190.
Guru, pop this one off, sir.
Yeah, man. I mean, what could you say about this fight, really? Third fight. Shogun won the first two. I mean, I don't know. I think that Nogueira maybe is, even though he's 44, he's way older. I think he still maybe is a little bit faster with the hands. I mean, in their other fight, he was the only guy that hurt Shogun. Shogun started wrestling him a little bit, and I thought Shogun looked terrible versus Paul Craig. But man, I mean, I don't know. When you look at their fights, it's like Shogun goes forward, Nogueira doesn't throw a lot of volume. Maybe he hurts him at one point, and then Shogun gets a takedown, and it's like a split decision. I mean, that's what's been like all the fights. So, I don't know. I'm going to pick Shogun to win another decision.
It's just tough.
What you think about him? Just Bleed MMA.
Man, earlier tonight I was talking about Masteron Duba, as I call him, the oldest man in the world. Well, there's a chance Little Nog might be this guy's biological father. I mean, holy shit, dude. What are we doing? We got 44-year-olds in the UFC light heavyweight division? Come on, man. What are we watching here? Bellator? Let's keep it real.
Like, they had to squeeze this one in, too. I think this is
44 and a 45.
Left it off.
Yeah, dude. It's just wild. I mean, I'm going to keep this one short and sweet, boys. There ain't no way I'm taking that 44-year-old that just got dominated by Ryan Spann. Shogun's terrible, too. Totally shot. He's too old to beat anybody else but a 44-year-old. All things said, I got Shogun. Keep this fight away from me, though. I ain't betting on a damn thing with this fight.
I mean, this is the third time that they fought, and Shogun beat him twice whenever he was a good fighter. So now they're both depleted. Probably going to go Shogun in this one. What you think, Mr. Clint?
I would say that this is a dog or pass situation just because how do you trust Shogun at minus 200 at this stage of his career? But we know for a fact that Nogueira is retiring after this fight. And I have another rule that you simply don't bet on fighters in their retirement fight. They've literally got 1 foot in the grave. They are 1 foot closer to that exit. Who knows how hard he worked?
Just like Mr. Joe Duffy last week, huh?
Exactly. Fading retiring fighters, if you're able to get that sense, if you're able to get that information, is just a solid path. I mean, the problem is you don't know when all of them are retiring. Like Henry Cejudo, would we have bet on him? Yeah, probably, because he's a complete badass. But you just don't bet on guys when you know that retirement is their last fight. So I can't bet on Nog here, but I got this crazy feeling he wins this thing. Shogun is freaking immortal, man. He's been able to come back from everything. I mean, even that Paul Craig fight, he was essentially out on his feet, face all busted up, and, you know, Nog still got heat. That's all I can say. Nog still has heat. If he lands a big bomb at some point in this first round or something, maybe he puts Shogun away. This is a complete pass fight for me, and I don't really want to see it. I feel like it's going to almost bum us out. This is not going to relive the glory days. This is not going to be a love song to Pride. One of these guys is going to look old, and they're going to look really bad when they're flat on their back staring up at the lights. And I kind of almost don't want to see it. I just want to get to the main event.
I'm like stunned that the matchmakers actually put this together, right, Clint? Like,
I think it's contractual. I think they owe them a fight. Like, if these guys want to fight and they're under contract with the UFC, they got to get a fight. Otherwise, they go somewhere else.
What they did say, or Nogueira said when I was listening to his interview, was that he specifically asked for this fight because it's his last fight and he wanted the fight. So, I mean, maybe he will be motivated to like get his one win on Shogun because he specifically asked for it. So, but yeah. They did it.
I mean, he's got 2 fights in what, 3 years almost. I mean, he got beat by Spann, beat Sam Alvey. Okay, Smiling Sam Alvey. and he was supposed to fight Jared Cannonier late in 2017, basically 2018.
Can you imagine that?
His head would have came off his shoulders. His head would have came off his shoulders, and there would no be retirement fight right now.
Remember when he
That's just
fought
mean.
Rumble? Remember?
Oh my God, dude! The Rumble fight was like, what are you doing?
Dude,
That was bad, dude.
I didn't want to talk with that in the first round. Like, I think it was like, what, 44 seconds into the first round or something like that, or left in the, I can't remember. That was ridiculous, bro.
You know, the only thing I can say on this one is, wasn't it like Tito and Randy or something like that, where I think it was Tito that was 0-2 and then came back and got the rubber match after they were both old and retired, or was that against, who was it? I think it was Tito and somebody else. I can't remember who he fought, but like...
Oh, Chuck Liddell.
Chuck Liddell, thank you, Nikki. And see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I don't know who's got more gas left in the tank. Maybe Shogun gets clipped here. Maybe Nog gets his redemption here for his last fight on his record. I don't know. I'm just gonna watch and cry a little.
Tito Ortiz picked that fight. He got whooped twice by him. He's like, you know what? I could beat Chuck Liddell when Chuck Liddell is 45, 46 years old. I'm gonna get one back on him. That was a cheap shot from Tito Ortiz. You feel ashamed.
Wait until that chin is gone. Cash in, baby.
Oh, God. But listen, Shogun.
Right, enough of this shit fight, guys. Let's get on to the main event.
I didn't get my breakdown.
Too much time on this shit fight. These guys are combined 100 years old. So, main event time, boys. This is why we're here. We got Robert the Reaper Whittaker coming in 12-5, former middleweight champion of the world. Coming in facing Darren the Gorilla Till, 18-2-1. Nigga, drop me some odds, please, sir.
All right, we got Bobby Knuckles coming in at -110, best case scenario. Right around -120, worst case, or -130, worst case scenario. Then you get the comeback on Darren Till, +103, right around +100 average, actually everywhere. A little bit of -110 here and there.
Nice, Bleed. How about you call this one off, brother?
Woo! Yeah, boys. I tell you what, we got us a main event here. This one will be a banger, no doubt, okay? I mean, just as a fan, this fight's going to be real, real good. And it's a very important fight, too, for the division, you know? Whoever wins this fight can end up getting a title shot, you know? Crazier things have happened. Here's the deal, though, right? Robert Whittaker, coming off of title loss, Israel Adesanya. My guy almost got about knocked out 2 times in the same fight. You know, really got sat down bad at the end of the first round. Ends up getting finished in the second. I tell you what, though, man, I go back and watch that fight. My memory didn't quite serve me correct. Whittaker had some pretty good moments in that fight. In my memory, I felt like he just got kind of wiped out by Izzy. Not quite, man. You know, Izzy had the bigger moments and, you know, finished the fight. But, man, Whittaker had quite a bit of success. I am worried, how is Whittaker going to come off that big KO? Whittaker, a lot of red flags outside the octagon, you know. He's talked about, you know, mental health issues, family issues, just a lot of stuff going on, and I never liked that as a fighter. But I will be honest, man, I feel like what I'm hearing from Whittaker, I feel like I see a guy that's pretty motivated. You know, I don't know if I think he's kind of one of those people that didn't necessarily like being the champion, but likes to be, you know, in the pursuit. You know what I mean? I feel like Robert Whittaker is a very skilled guy, far more well-rounded than Till. I mean, when I talk about Till, the guy's got really good striking. He hits really hard, has some really good straight punches, and is really slick, you know, and he can knock anybody out. He's a big, strong dude who carries big power. And if you let him clip you 1, 2, 3 times, probably 3 strikes, you're out, laying on the ground to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Here's the deal, though, man. I go back and I watch a lot of tape on Till. Wow, this guy's just kind of wide open, man. You see this guy continuously eat the same shots over and over again, you know. What I continuously go back on when I think of this fight is that knockout from Jorge Masvidal. Masvidal continuously caught this guy with the same flurry that he would rush in with. He hit him 1 time, Till acknowledged it like a tip of the hat. You got me good there, man. He hit him with it a 2nd time. Till's like, whoa, my knees kind of went there. This is getting serious. Masvidal clips him with it the 3rd time, and my dude goes dead, buried, in the coffin, 6 feet under, family at the funeral. I mean, he was donezo, you know what I'm saying? And I got to be honest, man, stylistically speaking, that's Robert Whittaker. This guy comes blitzing in, looking for multi-shot combos. I just don't see a situation where Whittaker's not going to find that opportunity. Now, don't get me wrong. Can Till counter and knock him out? I'm sure Till's training for that flurry. I hope he's training for that flurry. I hope Till finally realizes he's wide open to eat left hooks on the chin and go to sleep. I just can't bank on him doing it. I got Robert Whittaker in this one. I think he's at a great fucking price point. I'm on Whittaker all day. I'm going to bet Whittaker. I haven't done it yet because I do feel like I'm seeing quite a bit of Till action. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Whittaker does end up the slight favorite. I don't know. I'm kind of sitting back and watching, but I'm going to tell you guys right now, I'm taking Whittaker. I'm going to bet Whittaker in this fight. Stylistically speaking, I love Whittaker in this matchup. And that's just all there is to it, boys.
That's all there is to it, son. Guru, what you think about it?
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Bleed. I like Robert Whittaker here. I'm going to put a bet on him as well. And he already talked about, all the things that's going on with Whittaker that's negative, so I'm not going to really go into that. But when you're just looking at the fight, I mean, Darren Till, he is really dangerous, but he only has one TKO in the UFC. It's not like he's knocking all these guys out. And, he does have a really good left hand, good 1-2. But besides that, I mean, good footwork. He has good feints. But that's really all Robert has to worry about to me is the left hand. I mean, it's not like he has a lot of tools. Robert, he has multi-punch combinations. He has high kicks, body kicks. He could probably take it to the ground if he wants to take it to the ground. So I think he has a lot more avenues to win. He's fought 5-round fights. He's more used to fighting at 85. I think, a lot of things indicate that Whittaker is going to win. Whittaker isn't an old guy either. So, he still has some years left in him, in my opinion. And, I mean, I don't know, man. I think that Till is a good guy, but I'm still not convinced he's like a top 10 middleweight. I mean, maybe he is, but – I think we're going to have to see, and I think he's biting off a little more than he could chew with Rob here, especially in the main event.
Yeah, I'm on Bobby Knuckles. Cash out that stanky leg parlay at plus 266. I mean, like you just said, Guru, I mean, literally, he's fought Tyron Woodley, Jorge Masvidal, and Kelvin Gastelum in his last 3 fights, right? Stephen Thompson before that, and that's the only 5-round fight that he actually went 5 rounds in. And Tyron Woodley and Jorge Masvidal took an L2. That knockout he has is against Cowboy Cerrone, okay, at 170 pounds, who really is, 155, or that fight's at 170 pounds. I mean, I just can't trust Till. I like Bobby Whittaker. This is the best line we're going to get Whittaker at in a long time. I mean, basically pick him, a little bit, a little slightly towards Whittaker. I'm obviously on Whittaker, got my stinky leg parlay to cash it out, and that's Bobby Knuckles all day. Let's go.
Whittaker went from a favorite against Israel to being a pick'em against Darren Till.
Right? So come on now.
What you think about it, Clint?
I'm gonna complete the quinella here, boys. I'm on Rob the Reaper. I locked the bet in myself already. You guys broke it down already. I couldn't say it any better myself. This is the perfect buy low spot on Bobby Knuckles. He never got the respect that he deserved when he was the champion, and now that he's been knocked out by maybe one of the most talented fighters we have ever seen, suddenly he's trashed goods. I mean, maybe he's got a bit of a chin issue. Maybe there's some durability problems there. Yoel did a number on him. I will give you that. But like you guys said, all we got to look out is for Till's left hand. Till has not evolved as a fighter. He's this big marauding gorilla who does one thing well, and if he doesn't land that knockout blow, he's just done. And the reason for that is he hasn't had time to evolve. The UFC is like, oh, people like you. You talk shit. Title shot for you. He doesn't have time to sit back and grow and get better. He's facing champions. Now he comes up to 185 and he beats a very, very shot version of Kelvin Gastelum, who belongs down at 170 pounds in a snooze fest of a fight, and he thinks he dominated a top contender. I mean, this is going to be a rude awakening when he faces Bobby Knuckles. And from everything I'm seeing with Rob Whittaker, he's ready to go, boys. He is locked and loaded here. He's got that fire back. He's got that joy, that just experience of fighting, something he's been missing for a long time. Now that he's having fun again, I think he's extremely dangerous, and he's going to remind us why he was champion. I've never liked Darren Till, and this is such a perfect spot for me to put down a bet against him. It's going to be a win-win when I cash and I get to see him hit the floor on Saturday.
He's a cocky SOB. He's a cocky SOB. And like you just mentioned, he's beaten Bohan, who's not, I don't think he's with the company anymore. Donald Cerrone.
Exactly.
Then lost to Jorge Masvidal, 2 welterweights, and then Kelvin Gastelum, who I told you guys last week, if he was on diet, should be a welterweight, and now he wants to pump the chest to Whittaker. Please, Whittaker, put you out.
And
boy.
that Wonder Boy fight was a staring contest.
His name.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think I put some respect on my man's name, Darren Till, the Gorilla. I still think Whittaker's going to win, but I think that Till has a path. If Whittaker comes out and we see the Whittaker that fought Adesanya, I think there's a chance that Till can win. If Till comes and he's cutting off the cage well, he has a nice jab, nice leg kicks, nice body kick. I mean, if he gets up close, clinch, big, huge elbows, but he has a certain set of arsenal and he doesn't sway to it, to where Bobby Knuckles has a little bit more in the arsenal. And where Till is weak, Bobby Knuckles is strong. If Till would back up more and cut angles when people would come at him, I would honestly probably pick Till right here, because I'm opposite of Clint. I like Till. I like the shit talking. I like the real brash. Yeah, I'm the fucking man. Come beat me. And Till has that. But the thing I like about him is he seemed to, when he got beat, he was humble. And he looks like he probably worked on his game, but I just don't think it's enough. Where Bobby Knuckles blitz him, Darren Till tries to pull counter. You know what I'm saying? He's going to stay in the pocket, and he's just going to lean back because he's used to being the bigger man. And Bobby Knuckles, that's perfect what Bobby Knuckles wants, because he wants to cut an angle and get out of the way from that hook. But what he's going to do is he's going to swing back a la an Anderson Silva, Chris Weidman. That's what got Anderson Silva messed up, was the pull counter. And that's where Bobby Knuckles is going to come clip him. But I like Till a lot, but we're going Bobby Knuckles.
Damn right, Till was humble. I mean, he got put up by Jorge Masvidal, a welterweight. He better be humble at the end of that speech. You know what I mean?
I mean, Jorge's a beast too, so you can't. There's a lot of disrespect going on people's names here tonight.
Masvidal at welterweight would get crumbled. We all know that. You know what I mean?
So how are we betting this fight, boys? You taking any props? We're gonna wait till later, see if any prices get better on Bobby Knuckles.
I mean, the price is right now on Bobby Knuckles, in my opinion. I got it at minus 110.
Yeah. I mean, the line is too good to me to be like playing props. I would just play it straight
up.
Yeah. You know, it's damn near even money. I mean, an even money bet is good value bet. And then the fact that, we're also confident in Whittaker, I just feel good. Listen, I understand people's points about Darren Till. Darren Till's a very nasty guy. I mean, why Darren Till got so disrespected against an undersized Kelvin Gastelum in his last fight. I bet big on Darren Till at plus 200 against Kelvin Gastelum. I felt like he won that fight easy. I felt like I cashed that easily. Don't get me wrong. I had a heart attack when the first judge said 30-27 Kelvin.
Yeah. That was bullshit.
That was terrible call. I felt like Darren Till easily. Don't get me wrong.
Nick, didn't Boston Nick say he thought Till won, right? Or he thought Gastelum won?
Well, listen, I mean, it was a close fight overall. I'll say that. But I felt like clearly Darren Till won all 3 rounds, So it is what it is. I'm a Till fan. I'm like Mo. I like
Till, man. I might pick Till come Friday, so you guys make sure you're rocking with us, because I like Till a lot. And I think people, I don't remember who said it, but somebody said that they see some movement on Till. Man, I think people are sleeping on Till. I've been hearing a lot of people talking about Bobby Knuckles, and I just don't know if people should be sleeping on Till when we saw the performance. I mean, we saw Bobby Knuckles fight Yoel twice and Izzy. And I mean, and those are 2 wars, and then he didn't look the best.
2 of the best guys in the division.
And then also, if you listen to Till's interview, he said something along the lines, people were saying that the performance that Kelvin had a poor showing. He goes, who's to say that I just didn't nullify that shit? You know what I'm saying? I cut off the angles. I made him look bad. So who knows?
I don't buy that. I don't buy that.
Yeah, who knows about that? But I like Till.
They got fight not to go decision at minus 160. So, I mean, I don't think Till wins a decision here. So you can kind of take that minus 160 on both guys to take each other out. I don't mind that better.
Do y'all not see kind of like, this is kind of what I'm envisioning. Like every time, not every time, but a lot of times we're like, man, this is going to be a banger right here. These dudes are going to come out. They end up respecting each other way too much. And then we're going to see a real low volume. We already know what Teal's going to do. Big stance, up high, and he's going to be waiting, and he's going to be looking to counter. And if Bobby Knuckles is looking to counter, it is going to be a low volume, boring fight. If they both are super weary about getting clipped or getting finished, or just like Clint said earlier, I don't remember who it was, but they just want to win. Both these guys just want to win. So that is something to be leery to as well.
See, and Mo, I think that's why the price right now is perfect to just play your boy straight. Pick a side, bet it straight, don't take a prop, because both these guys can win by knockout. Both these guys can win by decision. The thing that I see happening here is that Robert Whittaker is championship material. This guy can make adjustments in the middle of a fight, not between fights. He can make an adjustment between rounds based on his opponent's strategy and skill set. Till doesn't adjust anything. We're going to see the same fighter that we've always seen from Darren Till on Saturday, and because of that, I think Rob is going to be able to implement some wrestling. I think he saw what Kelvin was able to do, maybe push him up against the cage, slow down the pace of the fight, drag this guy deep. I think he's going to make this maybe a boring fight, and because he paid for blitzing in so badly against Israel Adesanya, I don't think he's going to go right back to that well against another guy that he knows wants to counter him, and honestly, that makes me like Whittaker even more.
Very nice.
Good stuff.
Damn, boys, we hit them 73 fights up.
I think Till gassed
73 up, 73 down.
Wow.
So is there anything anybody wants to add before we vamoose until next time we meet?
We got to do our $1,000 pick.
Woo, Clintus, I'm glad you remembered, sir.
That's
the
right.
$1,000 challenge. Boom, boom, boom. Add music in post right here. Clint, you want to pop that off?
Yeah, man, might as well go for it, right? So the concept here, everybody, if you're new to the show, at the end of the show, we like to pretend we have $1,000 to put on one bet for the fight. Whether that be a parlay, a prop bet, a straight fighter, one shot with $1,000. And so far, we've been doing pretty good with those particular picks. This week, if I had $1,000 and I had to pick one spot to put it, your boy's going to roll on Robert Whittaker.
No!
I'm going to take the Reaper for my 1,000 shot. That's where it's at.
I'm not copying, but that was Whittaker. As Jimmy said, don't be afraid to be on the same bet. It's Whittaker for me as well.
What you thinking, Bleed?
Dang it, guys. I'm just kidding. I mean, listen, if we're keeping it real, this is betting. I feel the same way as these boys. But you know what? I want to throw you guys one more bone here. I want to throw you guys a little prelim parlay. I say go with your boy Ramazan Emeev. Pair him up with your boy Nicolas Dalby. I call it a little prelim parlay. I'm going to throw it out for you. Maybe we hit. Maybe we cash. Maybe we don't. I feel great about it. Lock it in, boys. We're hitting this one.
Lock it in, boys. What you thinking, Guru?
Yeah, with my 1,000, I'm gonna do Aspinall versus Collier. Fight doesn't go the distance, -190. So that's gonna be the play for me.
There you go. Pick up over $500. All right.
There you go.
There you go.
All right, boys, and let's see here. I think I'm going to go. Let's see here. I don't think Gus is going to finish Werdum. I think Gus is going to come in and try to get a win, and we're going to go take that. No. Yes, fuck it. We're going to do it. We're going to take that Gus by decision plus 180.
There you go. Big return. I like it.
$1,800 on your 1,000 return.
Let's do it. So that's that, boys. So now it's time to give the boys a little shout out. We've worked hard for this. So, Clintus Maximus, how about you tell everybody where they can find you, sir?
Thank you, everybody, for showing up and hanging out with us tonight. It was fun. We do this every single week. You'll find Odds live on Tuesdays, breaking down the fight card. You can find me over at Die Hard MMA Pod on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram. And, of course, you can find my work over on odds.com.
Very nice. MMA Prediction Guru. Let them know where they can find you, sir.
Yeah, man, this was fun again. Thanks for the chat, all coming through. All you guys, we're building something here. It's pretty fun. And, Yeah, I mean, you could find me on Twitter, Prediction MMA, MMA Prediction Guru on YouTube, Instagram, and yeah, thanks for all the support, guys.
Hey, and somebody in the chat just, hey, we've been rolling 2 hours and 30. I'm a little hot, it's sweating over here. I mean, it's hot as fucking Arkansas, guys. I had a hey, I'm going that minus 150 Pannie. Retract my decision, and we're gonna go just take that minus 150 straight up on Pannie, because you know what I'm saying. Hey, the women's MMA guru himself, Just Bleed MMA, said put the house on Pannie.
Oh, no, I did not.
Oh, hell
Yeah,
no.
bro. He used the L word. We're riding with Bleed.
Would that make it a red panty night? Oh, your boys got jokes.
Another shirt.
Hell no.
So make sure you rock with Guru Bleed. How about you tell everybody where they can find you, sir?
Hey, well, first off, let me do a virtual fist bump to my dudes here. Bah, bah.
Bah.
Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Bah, bah,
Bah.
There we go. We got it.
Bah.
Yeah, man. Appreciate everybody tuning in. You know, Odds HQ, baby, doing big things. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, what the hell are you thinking, man? You got to hit that subscribe. You hit that bell. You hit all notifications. Come on, guys. It's real simple. But once you're done doing that, do me a favor. You see it on the screen right by my beautiful face. It says Just Bleed MMA. You type that in the search bar. It brings up my YouTube channel. You do the same process there. You hit subscribe, thumbs up, all that stuff. We do it every day, baby. Just Bleed MMA. Come on over. Get in those live streams. Check me out on Instagram, Just Bleed MMA Betting. Twitter, Just Bleed MMA. You'll find me. I'm out there. Odd Squad, baby. We're doing it.
For life. Yo, Fatty Fist, let them know where they can find you, sir.
First off, we beat our 424 was last week on a Tuesday night show. We hit like 475, 476. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Y'all are the fucking shit. Bottom line, you can reach me at Mr. Fat Fist on Twitter and Odds HQ. All my stuff's there. Odds.com at the bottom. You see it scrolling. Please visit the website. We got a bunch of great material there as well. And on Instagram, BostonNick_UFC. But again, we got a total show on Thursday with Clint. Friday, the weigh-in show, the final weigh-in at 9 p.m. Eastern. Let's get it.
That's right. And one last thing, right there, there's your boy Clintus Maximus articles on odds.com. So if you could, it would be highly, highly appreciative if you could copy that link, put it in your browser, and go check my man's articles out. It'll do him a favor, do us a favor, and do who powered this, who sponsored this, all this, odds.com. So super shout out to odds.com. And your boy, you can find your boy at MoScream TV, MoScream Fight P1 on Twitter, and MoScream MMA on IG. Just like Nick said, you can catch us Mondays, Clintus Maximus, Die Hard MMA Pod. Tuesday, betting with the boys right here, talking shop. Wednesdays, off night. Thursday, Total Madness. Friday, after the weigh-in. Saturday, we're here from start to finish on the live event itself. So make sure you smash that subscribe button so you never miss a broadcast. Another one in the books, guys. Drop that thumbs up for Clint, for Nick, for Just Bleed, for Guru. Ah, what a rush.
Odd Squad, baby.
Odd Squad.